arena where minds stray. From puzzles to quizzes, facts untold, unlocking mysteries, watch them unfold. Puzzles, quizzes, mysteries unfold. Brain benders, banter, keep your mind on fire. Twisting and turning higher and higher. Trivia and facts keep you on your toes. Where the next challenge leads, nobody knows.
Brain benders, banter, mind bending entertainment. 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 Brain benders. Brain benders, 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 benders. Brain benders, benders, benders.
Hi.
We're all here.
Greetings from South Carolina.
I like when we open when we're all up.
Yes.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right, Tag, what's tonight about?
Okay, so welcome to tonight's live stream where we're exploring one of the most amazing forces on Earth, the power of the human being. From our ability to overcome incredible odds to the everyday acts of courage and kindness that change the world, humans have proven time and time again just how powerful we truly are. Tonight, let's celebrate the strength, creativity, resilience, and endless potential that lives inside each one of us. Grab a seat, open your mind, and let's dive into the power that makes us human. Those of us who are human.
You might be a grandma's boy.
Oh, people.
It reminds me of grandma's boy when he was up against the wall and he was like, how did they see me? I'm getting robot legs.
I think he was taking a poke at me because he knows I got all blown up and I got all these metal parts like a robot and I'm like cyborg man.
Yes, that's exactly what I was referring to because I am 100% human. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm cyborg. Resistance is futile.
Huh. Processing.
Chrissy's just like,
buffering,
huh.
buffering, processing. And then I was like, huh.
Well, it's Saturday night again.
Saturday night. I look forward to Saturday nights because I love you guys so much. Like, I enjoy so much being here with you guys. Like, Saturday comes and I'm like, Saturday. Because I just have so much fun on this live stream with you guys. Like, my life sucks. I work a lot. I have to take care of my mom and everything. This is like, there she is. Hello.
Hey, girl, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be late.
You know what? I'm always late. Don't you apologize to me for being late.
I got wrapped up into doing something and I just completely forgot what time and everything. Can you tell me what day it is even?
Saturday. It's day for our live stream. I get excited for this live stream like every week.
I'm sure you do.
I do, because I feel like you guys are I feel very close to you guys. So I feel like this is my family and this is like a holiday I get to spend with the people that I'm very close to. So
you chose us as your chosen family then, I guess.
Yes.
No, I love it too. This is when I get a chance to like be social because
just be myself.
Stay-at-home dad. I'm a writer. I do stuff on the computer. I don't really get out much.
Me either.
Me neither. I
There's
go to
nothing
work.
to do in Tallahassee, Florida.
That's a good point.
I go to work.
I'm not in Orlando.
Hi, we're jamming.
This is my Saturday night party right here,
everybody.
buddy.
Hey, Dan, how are you doing?
So
Hey,
Tracy,
Tracy.
tonight's getting deep. We're getting deep tonight.
In deep. Uh-oh.
I
You're not
sent
bringing those
Tug the
quackers back,
question.
are you?
Oh, we bring the
Quack,
quackers.
quack, quack.
Quack. I thought that was fun.
Them blame old ducks ain't gonna show up, are they? I've been hearing them blame old ducks all week. I hope they don't show up tonight.
Imagine how Chrissy feels. She had him in her ear like most of the stream.
I know, because every time I would put him down, I could still hear him. I was like,
Chance was, I mean, it was pretty funny. Dan was upset with Chance with the ZZ top.
Tell me that you guys do not like the quacks, the duck races.
But they
Like
were
I
awesome.
thought
The
it
duck
was a lot of
was.
races are
fun.
fun. Is there a
It was
way
a
of
blast.
getting rid of the quacks?
Hi, you savage pals.
Hey, can we get
Savage
something
pals.
else to race, like little cars or little people or something that don't quack?
There's other things. Yeah, there are
Yeah,
other
we
things
can
that
have
don't
other
quack.
something to race. Like dogs. Dogs would be nice because they bark, as long as they don't bark.
They have people, and the people look really crazy. They're like Waldo kind of people, like Find Waldo, and they
Is
have
that what
really
y'all
long
call the
legs and they
workout?
run really crazy. But yeah, like I'll bring it up and we'll explore some of those other ones. I just thought, in a way to do it randomly and make it fair for everybody to be able to answer questions, like those duck races would be fun. So I
That
tried.
was fun. It was a lot more
tried.
fun than just the fight.
I love that because I only lost once and had to answer a question.
All right, tonight, Tracy, in the private chat,
Okay.
up top, 5 questions. I don't know if Tug sent them to you or not. I'll have to exchange.
No, I don't have anything here.
Okay, Tracy.
Oh no. Is this a test?
No.
Because I really suck at
In
them.
the private chat,
You
Tracy.
should be prepared. You've been studying.
In the private chat, Tracy is my cell phone number.
Oh, okay. All
That
right.
way I could send you the questions every week.
Oh, okay. So, okay, I'm not near my phone. It's like dead. It's on the
It's
charger.
fine. It's fine. You could just get it later.
Yes, much later.
Here's the questions again. So now you're in chat. You should be able to see them.
Okay.
Okay. So the first question, and Tug, you get to go first.
Okay, as long as it's not Zach.
Exactly.
No, Zach, don't go first. We don't let Zach go first. We'll cry
He's
when
all
Zach
prepared.
goes
Too. He
first.
can't wait to go. He's ready to
We
roll on
cry
that one, buddy.
when Zach goes first. All right. What's a time you overcome something you didn't think that you could? That is the question. I'm going to ask it again. What's a time you overcome something you didn't think you could? Ready?
Okay.
You need the do you need the da 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 da?
No, it was I was in my early 30s, late 20s, early 30s, somewhere in there, when I got diagnosed with diabetes type 2, which is
Ugh.
extremely young to get diagnosed with diabetes. And at the time, I weighed about 350, almost 400 pounds. So I was a big dude. And they're telling me all these things that I have to do. I have to change my lifestyle. I gotta, cut out all the sodas and start eating fewer carbs, less bread and pasta. And I just didn't see how I was supposed to do that. Like I was baffled, and exercise more and stuff. And because when you're that big, when you weigh that much, you don't have any energy, like, at all. So the idea of exercising just it's mind-numbingly terrible, the idea that you have to like get up and move around. And yeah, getting diagnosed with diabetes, I thought was a gut punch. I thought this was an end to my life as I knew it. And it turns out it was an end to my life as I knew it. And actually my life got a lot better after that. Because I quit the sodas, which was actually probably the biggest thing I needed to do. And I did change my diet. I started eating a little bit healthier, and the pounds just drifted off. The meds also helped, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe not as much as you think.
But like, I attribute most of it to the soda because I was addicted to soda. I was drinking so much soda. It's kind of crazy.
You're telling me and the
I'm still addicted to soda, but now I drink, the sugar-free stuff. Anyway, once you start to lose all that weight, once it starts to go away, you find you have energy. Like normal people have energy, and you didn't realize this because you weighed 350 pounds. And so I was able to exercise more. And what I did is I'd had a lot of different jobs in my life up to this point. I'd worked at a publishing company. I'd done this, I'd done that. I'd done a lot of office jobs, cubicle jobs, and I hated them. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to get a simple labor job. I'll work at Target overnight, moving furniture. And that was probably my favorite job I've ever had.
Really?
It was so A, it forced me to exercise, which was a good thing. And B, it's just, I don't know, there's something about like physical exercise that's not, I wasn't being treated like a cog in a machine, and we all were kind of like equal. It was like an overnight, everybody's kind of loose and we're all friends and we're all acting like friends. We're all acting like equals. And I didn't have to deal with other people, which I'm good at it. I do have good customer service. I was trained by Disney, but I don't necessarily enjoy it. So I don't know. That job was very, very good for me. And I got through a lot because of that job. On top of, the losing the weight, quitting the soda, changing my diet. And honestly, my life has been great ever since. Like in terms of my physical being, yeah, it was something that I thought was going to be terrible. And I thought, diabetes, I thought, this is like a horrible, horrible thing. They're going to chop off my feet or something. And, maybe I'll feel differently when I'm 80 and they are chopping off my feet. But until then, I feel like my life is a lot better now. Yeah. So there you go. That's something I overcame that I didn't think I could.
Cool.
That's all I got.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that's inspiring.
Yeah, it was very inspiring, Tug.
Man.
That piece of the story I was going to tell, darn it.
Okay, then you get to go next.
I was going to tell everybody about that time I run out of weed and had to go a whole week without it.
Holy shit.
I finally get some in the end. No, seriously, the thing I overcome is I was in 1983, I was in a horrific, we're talking horrific car crash. I had 153 fractures, including my shoulder, my collarbone, my left arm, every finger on my left hand, both legs, my pelvis. I can go on 153 fractures, 5 of them in my skull. And I never will forget laying in that hospital in that body cast and that doctor telling me, well, you can give up walking. You're probably never going to walk again. But if you're lucky, you'll have the use of your upper body. You'll be able to shave and stuff. And, just a little stuff that I might be able to do in the future. I looked at that doctor and said, man, I can't wait to walk out of here. He told me I was dreaming. And I was in that hospital for 11 months in a body cast.
Oh,
yeah, 11 months later, and then after that, I had to go through the physical therapy and all that, and pretty much learn to walk again. And then it was extra hard because I'd put on like 150 something pounds while I was laid up, and I already weighed like 300. Like Tug said, I was hitting about 453, size 56 pants, trying to learn to walk.
Ooh, ouch.
And the weight just helped pull me down and it was pulling me down and making it harder. But the thing about it is I overcome all that, and I learned that because I was learning to walk way heavier and learning to walk over again at that heavy weight, that after that, it's always been easier to get around, especially after I went on keto and lost all the weight off and got down to, I'm at 265 right now, and I feel like a butterfly floating around when I hobble.
Oh gosh.
Well, I'm still old and broke up from wrecks and stuff, but I get around a lot better than somebody my age who's been through what I've been through actually should. So I've
Just the
overcome.
fact that you're walking. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
bad part is that was one wreck in 1983 of the 6 or 7 total loss wrecks I've had and wound up and broke stuff and cast and stuff. That was just the worst one.
That's horrible. I'm sorry,
Oh,
God.
and then there's the wonderful stuff where I've been shot, stabbed, and blown up. Actually blown up. Set fire, all that wonderful stuff.
Oh,
That's all I got. I've overcome everything physical that's ever been endured upon me, including being married 3 times, and that was worse than getting blowed up.
I agree.
you poor
I
guy.
agree.
The more I learn about your life, man, the crazier it gets.
Surviving the car wreck wasn't nothing compared to surviving wife number 3.
Yeah, I've heard that story.
Oy, mama. Gosh.
Okay, Chrissy,
How do
who's
you-
next?
That's all I got for that one.
How do you follow up with that one?
Do you follow
give
it?
it to
That's how you follow it up.
Gotta save him for last
Right.
because he's like the damn main of the event right there, buddy.
Okay, I gotta change mine.
Oh, we're all in trouble.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold
We're
on.
all in
Chad.
trouble.
Everybody
I
on the panel, this is your chance to go pee or whatever.
Yeah.
We're all in trouble. We're all in trouble.
I'm gonna run down. I'm gonna run to the store real quick and get some fried chicken. I'll be back in a little bit.
Roll it up,
We're all
fire it up, get in the
trouble
bathroom. whatever
now.
you
We're
gotta do.
all in trouble.
We're just roasting Zach because we love him.
We love Zach. We all love Zach so much. All right,
I
go
wouldn't
Zach.
pick if I didn't pick on you. That means I don't like you.
Yeah, the first year I know
True.
Danny State and he didn't talk to me.
Oh,
So trust me, if he's picking on you, he likes you.
I used to think he was like 3 different people because he would like talk on my chats with 3 different accounts.
yeah.
I don't know you chat with 7 different channels. I'm still a couple of people you think I am different.
Hey, see? How many people are you? I have no idea. Everybody
Oh,
I
by
know
the
on the
way-
internet is Danny.
I got a whole bunch of channels. Oh, by the way, Cody, did you notice how fast you get 100 and went over?
Yes, thank you. I was wondering who that was. Thank
That
you.
was Danny.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
That was Danny Staten.
Go ahead, Zach.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Go Zach. We're so sorry. Okay, correct the whip.
Away we go.
Be prepared to cry. Everybody get tissues.
Oh God, here we go. I think we're going. You got to
It's
push
not
the
coming
button.
through.
Right?
I think he
Technical
did, but he doesn't
difficulty.
realize it's not coming through.
I
He's
can't
on
hear
mute.
you.
No, he's technical difficulties.
Technical
Oh.
difficulties.
Those words, those assumptions, hung heavy in the air like invisible chains trying to tie me down before I ever had the chance to truly live.
Start it over, Zach.
Yeah, start it over, Zach.
Please start it over, Zach, because we couldn't hear the beginning.
Yeah, it was a little
There have-
quiet there, but
When the world tried to write my story for me. Early on, people made assumptions based solely on what they could see with their eyes, the way my body moved, the way I needed assistance with certain things, the fact that I had to approach life a little differently than most. Before I could even open my mouth and show who I was inside, judgments had already been cast. They said I couldn't, they said I wouldn't, they said life would be limited, all because of the physical form I was born into. Those words, those assumptions, hung heavy in the air like invisible chains trying to tie me down before I ever had the chance to truly live.
Mm.
Rejection I faced because of my outward appearance cut deeper than most people could imagine. It wasn't just about being told no, it was being told you're not even worth the chance. Opportunities that should have been open to anyone were closed to me, not because of my heart, my character, or my work ethic, but because someone else decided they knew my limits better than I did. Time and time again, I found myself having to fight battles that others didn't even realize existed. And in many ways, it wasn't the physical challenges that hurt the most, it was the emotional ones, the feeling that no matter how hard I worked, some people would only ever see my unique abilities as a weakness, rather than the strength they truly are. At first, it crushed me. I spent a long time feeling like maybe they were right, maybe I was asking too much of the world, expecting too much of myself. It's an awful thing when someone else's voice gets so loud in your head that you start to believe it. There were nights filled with self-doubt, frustration, and honestly, heartbreak. I wondered if there really was a place for me to shine, or if the world would always slam doors before I could even knock. That feeling, that aching loneliness, is something I wouldn't wish on anyone. It shakes you at your foundation when you start to question your own worth. But then, something inside me shifted. I realized that no one else was living my life. They didn't know my spirit. They didn't know how stubborn, how passionate, and how determined I was. They didn't see the fire burning inside of me to prove that my unique abilities were not obstacles, they were gifts. I started to realize that if the world wasn't going to offer me a seat at their table, then maybe it was time I built my own. Maybe it was time to stop trying to fit into spaces that were never made for people like me, and instead, create a new space altogether, one where strength was measured by heart, not by physical form. That's where unique prepping was born, not just as a channel, not just as a platform, but as a movement. It was my way of taking the power back, of saying, here's who I am, and here's how I thrive. I wanted to show people that no matter your circumstances, you have the ability to prepare, to build, to survive, and most importantly, to thrive. Prepping isn't just about storing food or building shelters, it's about preparing your mind and soul to weather any storm. It's about understanding that real strength comes from within, from resilience, creativity, hope, and heart. Through unique prepping, I found something I didn't even know I was searching for: community. Real, authentic, supportive community. People who saw beyond what the eyes could capture. People who valued the person I am, the one who gets up every day and says, I'm going to keep moving forward, no matter what. I surrounded myself with individuals who understood that prepping is about lifting each other up, about building a better world together, not tearing each other down based on shallow perceptions. In them, I found reflections of my own resilience, my own drive. And in that reflection, I grew even stronger. When I look back at the people who told me, you can't, or you won't, I feel something unexpected: gratitude. They taught me that the only permission I ever needed was my own. They taught me that rejection, while painful, can also be the catalyst that pushes you to carve out your own path. And while they tried to limit me, they unknowingly set me free. Free to live life on my terms. Free to build, to prep, to thrive, and most importantly, free to inspire others who might be standing in the very same shadow I once stood in. So if you're reading this, and you've been told that you aren't enough, that you can't because of how you were born or what you look like, I'm here to tell you, you are more than enough. Your strength is real, your dreams are valid, and your path is yours to walk proudly. Don't wait for a seat at their table. Build your own. Surround yourself with people who see your light and aren't afraid of its brightness. That's what community is. That's what unique prepping stands for. And that's what the power of the human being, the true, indestructible power, is all about. UP out.
Wow,
Wow, that was deep. Now I just want to cry.
that is powerful.
Zach, if anybody
Does
knows you,
it again,
you let me
Zach.
know, Zach, and I'll kick their ass, man.
Zach, that was so powerful. I loved it. You should be one of those speakers that, like,
Motivational speaker.
yeah, like, just wow. I'm still feeling it.
Yeah, that and a poet, because you got good language. Boy, I tell you, you got
I'm
good
telling
text.
you.
I
He
can't
makes
talk.
me feel inadequate as a writer. He really
Ah,
does.
yeah. Yeah.
He's like the indie of writing.
Zach, that was so beautiful. You did. You never cease to amaze me, Zach. I love you so much. You never cease to amaze me. I'm a brain bender. You bend my brain. Like, that was beautiful, Zach. Like, I don't even know how to come back to that.
Oh, that's some heavy stuff.
Well, I feel like that's one of the reasons we do this. Is we have a
Absolutely.
community.
Well,
We bring all of us creators together for the community connection.
Yeah.
All
Now
of
we're
us
gonna- now
creators
we're gonna-
come together. Yeah.
Now we're going to hear from Buff, right? And he's going to tell us how he overcame his porta potty sex addiction.
Oh God. Only you, Dan.
I don't know if he's there. Oh, there
There
he
he
is.
is.
He's there.
Oh, yeah, I'm here in the lovely state of Wisconsin again.
Wisconsin.
You spending a lot of time in Wisconsin.
How's the cheese?
Yeah, I did. So I went and got a better magnet for Wisconsin. So
Oh,
I got this
cool.
little cute one.
Cool.
Yeah. So homely like this place.
Wisconsin,
Starting to gain an accent.
Wisconsin makes me want grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yeah.
You
That
got to
was
look out
fun.
for Code Blue Cam. You got to be on there. You're in Wisconsin.
Oh, hell. Try to stay away from the northern part. Oh, wait, I'm thinking about Minnesota. Never mind.
Austin.
Oh.
Austin.
T-Rex.
Quack.
I'm going through
sorry,
and
I'll shut up.
cataloging
I'll
my
shut up.
videos now. I gotta have a classics reel. And so far, it's that one and the one where the guy stole the ambulance and drove it all the way to the sheriff's department and crashed in
God.
front.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Shane,
Yeah.
you
It's
made me
classic.
laugh so hard that night that I watched that ambulance one with he literally crashed on the sheriff's steps. Like right in front of the sheriff's department. I could not. I was really into that one. That was a good one. So Shane, what's a time you overcome something you didn't think you could?
Probably driving this truck like I stole it. Not this one, but just in general. That was nerve-wracking. Like, that was the changing point of life, of getting over drugs and shit, living in that mechanic shop, and it was like, I need a change. It was like, fine, let's go truck driving. And yeah, first time we getting there, that bus ride there, just on pins and needles. My brother stayed on the phone with me most of the time, though, talking to me all the way over there, through orientation and everything, trying to get me to calm down, because I'm nervous. Like, I've never driven anything this damn big before, and when I first got behind the wheel, that was death grip from the steering wheel. It's just like, I'm gonna flip it over, I'm gonna flip it over, I'm gonna flip it over, and flip it over. But I had a great trainer, and like, we spent the first week doing, going through simple places, and then he was just like, turn off onto this highway. I was like, why don't we just stay on the interstate? And he's like, just turn on this and go down highway, blah blah blah, whatever. This mother, he intentionally took me into these mountains in Virginia, that the only place where it was snowing at the time. And I was just like, it's snowing, man. He's like, yeah. Keep driving. It's like, death grip. And, he coached me the whole way and everything, and we went over this mountain, came back down, It's like, not bad, and you remembered all the basics, fundamentals, and this and that, He's a great trainer. I got my permit with him. No, I had my permit, and he was getting me ready to get my license tested and certified. Nerve-wracking during the tests, but like during the test, I was wow, there was probably 30 people in our testing class, and me and two other guys were the only ones that get trifectas. That's basically 100% on everything.
Wow.
So, and I was the last one to go because they forgot about me. I was like, yeah, that happens at fast food restaurants too. They always forget my order. I'm just standing there. I was like, can I get my food? I was like, oh, what did you have? I'm like, yeah, I'm used to it. But got on with my second trainer, and like I got a little confidence now. So now we're going back and forth, running as a team. Some younger guy than me, black guy, who was all, yeah, what's up, shawty, at first, and turned into, girl, you just don't know. And other ones just like, you know who I met. But the dude terrified me. He was always crossing the median, always on his phone, got a DVD player going, got his tablet on his lap. I was just like, I'm going to die on this truck. All right. But I was teaching him how to do things. Like, we get to places like, you got to do a blind side back. And that's basically if your spot is over here on your right-hand side and you try to back into it with the trailer going into that on the right-hand side, that's called blind side because that trailer takes away your mirror. Driver's side is sight side. So I was just like, yeah, I'm blind side back into it. He's like, oh, just go down there and spin around, dude. I'm like, nah, I got this. I put it in there first try. And he's like, how'd you do that? I was like, I had a better trainer than you. Parallel parking the truck. We got one place, and he's like, man, there ain't nowhere to park right here. I was like, there's a spot right there. He's like, you know how to parallel park? I'm like, yes, you should know too. Who are you? I got off his truck around Thanksgiving, and I got on with this other guy, this Jewish guy. Couldn't tell. He was so Florida man. He was my kind of guy, in the metal and the guns. And I got on his truck to finish off running the team training. You know, we're back and forth cross country, just coast to coast to coast to coast. And he was real cool. And he really kicked my confidence in overdrive because we spent a lot of time going over the Rockies and during blizzard season. So I was like, I did that a couple times. It was just like, I got this. Yeah, and they threw me on my own truck, and I was just like, yeah. And now I drive this truck like a maniac. And I'll get some guys from time to time. It was like, why'd you pull up? They'll, like, we'll be at a shipper or somewhere or a truck stop. And it was like, how'd you pull that maneuver off? And it was like, carefully. I'm like, oh, okay, well, fair enough. How'd you make that turn? Once I almost slid off. There was an ice storm a few years back that shut down Nashville. I'm coming up 65. It was wow, what year was that? It was probably 2015, maybe. But it's I picked up in Dallas and slept there at the shipper. Woke up, Dallas is covered in snow and ice. I'm like, this isn't right. So slowly got out of Dallas, heading up, got over to Alabama on 65. Going up that way, and you know, traffic slowing down in the right lane. I was just like, man, I got traction, so I get over in the left lane, feeling confident. But traffic starts slowing down that lane. I'm like, okay, start to slow down. Truck starts sliding. I was like, oh, this is new, and just sliding over and over to the median, got center median, and I'm just like, well, there, we're gonna flip the truck. Then she stopped, and I just did a series of stab braking and kind of counter steering and wiggled a little bit, and she stopped right before that median. And thank God there was a ramp off to the side, and there was like 8 guys over there with all their trucks, and they came out, stopped traffic, and got me over there to the ramp with them. And I got out the truck, and like, almost slipped getting out the truck. I was like, damn, it was like, yeah, it's ice. How the hell did you do that, Prime? And I was like, do what? And he's like, you kept it out the ditch. You were moving a little bit too. And I was just like, man, carefully. He was like, man, come to, hey, da. Just a whole bunch of old timers, man. I was just hanging out. And I was like, I knew then I made it because I had their respect. That it was the funniest thing too. While we're sitting on that ramp, a couple more trucks joined us. It was about 13 trucks going down this ramp. We're not going anywhere because they said Nashville shut down. The roads are nothing but ice. They're not out there taking care of them. They're not doing anything. And it's like 9 o'clock at night. State troopers came through there. No, sheriff came through there. Saying, yeah, you guys gotta move. You gotta move. The snow trucks are out there. Nobody moved. That sheriff came back probably about 10 minutes later. Hey, I told you guys to get out of here. I've never watched so many truckers cuss out one person in a single sitting. They cussed that sheriff out 3 ways a Sunday. It's like, you know, make us move. Make us move. It's like, I'll just call tow trucks out here. It's like, do it. They're not going to come out here. You know why?
right?
And he just this
Because
guy
you're
just
stuck
he
in the
just
snow. Yeah.
no, we weren't. No, we weren't stuck in the snow. The road
Ice.
was ice.
Yeah,
Nice.
ice.
No right-minded tow truck driver is going to come out there and try to pull a fully loaded rig on ice. It's
No.
like call him.
Uh-uh.
You'd be
Right.
called his
hydroplaning.
called his bluff. Anyway, called his bluff, and he left. We all slept there that night.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
hilarious. So
Oh
yeah,
my.
that.
Wow.
Tracy Caldy, flip a coin. Who's going next?
I don't know. Now I want to go watch BJ and the Bear.
Oh, wait a minute. It's my turn to
You were
to
Caldy.
It's Tracy's turn. She just said
It's
it.
okay.
okay.
Yeah, okay. All right. All right.
All right, Tracy, it's your turn,
The
sweetness.
biggest thing I ever overcame was my well, my first husband died the day after 9/11. And basically, no, the day before 9 was the day before? No, the day after. And okay, so that I'm going through some stuff and I'm feeling real low. I have really bad depression. And when I do, I can't keep to myself. So I don't come off grumpy to anybody because when I have that, I just don't want to be around people. I get panic attacks really fast. Um, and so about 4 months later, time went by, and I'm grieving and all this happy stuff. Well, I'm going to my first group session of people who lost spouses or people, and I was kind of like one of the weird ones because everybody was like 65 and older, so I was kind of unique in that situation. So so after the first night, well, let me take it back a little bit. My grandmother had passed away on a Saturday, and she was like 85, and I kind of, I could compartmentalize that in my head, because of her age and because she was in a nursing home and stuff like that towards the end. But 3 days later of that same week, my mom passes away. And now this was her mother that passed away a few days before her. So my mom died. And like I said, it was a night that I went to my first group session. I was like, I was like taken back. I was not me. I was not making jokes anymore. I wasn't teasing with people. I was drinking, and that's not a good thing. Um, and I got so bad and wasted that my friend Ward, I don't think as a joke, but I think was really serious about this. But he took me to a freaking AA meeting to get me straight, or at least to wake me up to what could be potentially in my system. Kind of giving me like, okay, well, if you're going to keep on doing this, you might end up like Ann or Joe or Tommy or Mary.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
I kind of saw where he was going with that, because those people had deeper stories than I did, and my stories have not been nothing but filled with loss. So I lost three people I really love. Well, sort of. My first husband was like, but three people I actually did love at one time, and it was really heartbreaking. I mean, my heart just I didn't feel anything. I was taking Xanax, and drinking, and those two are not a good combination. Um, I couldn't even stay up. I mean, like I was at my job, and it felt like I was just doing work like through a tunnel. I didn't do anything else. I just went home, and when I went home, I didn't feel. In fact, my mom passed away in the house because I came back to live with them after my husband passed. And long story short, it was really weird. I couldn't sleep the way I used to. I had to sleep the way I used to do as a kid. I kept my lights on. I couldn't sleep with my lights off. It was like, I did this for about a solid week. And let me tell you something, it was draining. But, you go on. Several years later, my dad passes. I'm an only child, so I have no brothers or sisters to fight with over the house. But I do have cousins that have called me and asked me, "Oh, so what are you going to do with your parents? This, that." And, it's like, wait a minute. All I wanted was the family photos and a few items. But for the long story and for the long haul, it's like, how dare you guys now? You're coming out of the woodwork asking questions about my family and stuff. And the thing is that my parents were popular people, and like I said, my dad worked for Playboy for many years, and mom worked for CBS TV. So it's like the only thing I could do. And my dad worked for the big newspaper in Chicago too, called the Tribune. They gave him a really nice big obituary. It was pretty huge, and yeah, it was just so weird. It's just so weird. And I turned to my husband, who was my husband at the time, my second husband, who was my husband at the time. I said to Daryl, I said, guess what? He goes, what? I said, I'm an orphan because there's nobody there for me anymore. Like blood, like first blood, It's strange. It's a strange feeling. And then I got kind of upset and I got more depressed and I moved cross country to Florida, of all places, because my husband was here. And that's the end.
Good Lord.
Wow, Tracy.
Wow, now I need a Xanax.
That's rough. That's rough, madam.
We've all been through so much. Yeah, like this is why I love bringing the community together because we all get to get raw and
Well,
get to know
I
each
really
other.
I really feel what you say because I lost my wife in 2005 after 22 years, and when you lose a spouse, it messes with you bad. It really takes a
Yeah.
while to even accept reality.
And then lose your grandmother and your mother within a 3-day period. And it was her mother who passed. And it
Wow.
was crazy. It was like nuts. I'm
I
like,
know exactly what you mean there too. Like 3 years ago, I lost my mom, my dad, and my oldest brother, all within a year.
oh, Dan, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
all that, coughing stuff going around and everything caused a lot of problems. I lost like half my aunts and all my uncles,
Oh,
in a couple of weeks.
I'm so
Everybody,
sorry.
half the neighborhood I'm in passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
really.
and yeah, that plays on you. And then you start wondering about your own mortality.
No, I'm Superman. I'm gonna live forever.
I hope so.
I'm indestructible.
You sound
Too
you sound
stubborn
like
to
a
die.
fighter, though. Let's put it this way: you sound like a fighter to me. You don't let things go. You're not just gonna give up on yourself. You're not that kind of person.
Nah, too much anger inside, like the Hulk.
Yeah,
But no, I
Cody.
think that's a lot of loss. I mean,
Yeah,
you
it's a
basically
lot of
lost
loss real fast, short in
your
a short
whole
period of time.
family, and like you said, you were an
Yeah.
orphan. I can't even begin to imagine that. So more power to you.
I
That's
felt like an orphan when my grandma passed away.
mm,
I understand. My grandma raised me, and when she passed away, I totally felt like there is nobody left
yeah, it takes a
that
piece of
really
you.
truly cares. That truly cares. Yeah.
Took a good chunk out of you, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Part of your
I didn't
soul.
realize till I was
Hmm.
the age I am now how well off I had it when I was a kid.
I think
Till I
that's
hear other people tell stories from the same time as my youth, I don't realize what damn. I was listening to some guys yesterday talking about coming up in 1965 to 1967 Kentucky and not even knowing what a color TV was to 75 and stuff like this. And I'm thinking, good God Almighty, I grew up with color TVs and just a whole different world than some people. We had Ataris and all that stuff when I was a kid. I didn't
I
realize
love
some of those people.
Atari.
Yeah,
I can't play the video game controllers now. They have buttons underneath, buttons on top, buttons
Oh,
everywhere.
that's too much.
It's too much. Like I just
You have to
do
be
this.
See, you have to be programmer too.
But then if somebody gives me the joystick with a button,
Mhm.
I
I
tear
know.
them up. That Atari joystick with the button, the one red button. I was really good at it. Hand me a controller now, and I'm like, what do I do with this? There's something for every finger 2 times.
You know, and that just whacks me out because you worked on like an aircraft carrier. I would expect you to be able to pick up any controller or anything and just instantly work it.
I can crank wrenches on an F-18 all day long. I'll tell you all about the hydraulic systems, but no,
Wow.
I can't. I cannot pick up a controller that's for a video game. It doesn't work in my hands. It's like me picking up an Android. I'm an iPhone person.
Well,
I pick up an Android. It doesn't work
I
for me.
haven't had a video game controller really in my hand to play a game in years. Kids play them, but when I used video controllers to play games, they didn't last long because I'd get all angry and
Show
break
off.
them.
I did smash a TV when I was 12.
You had called these show offs.
I did. I threw a controller into my TV. When you break a CRT, it like implodes. It's kind of cool.
That's where you messed up through it.
Yeah.
You never know the pleasure till you lose. Like you done played that big alien in Aliens 375 times, and he finally crushes you every time, and you finally had enough. The real thrill of power is taking that controller and crushing it into a little teeny tiny ball in your hands.
It was Battletoads for me.
Mm.
That's what made me throw my.
Well, I don't play video games no more. I got high blood pressure.
Caldy, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, crack that whip.
All right. So in 2004, I also had a bad wreck like Dan. Dan's was much worse, but I got hit by a car. That wasn't the bad thing though. Bunch of stuff got all messed up, stuff like that. But the bad thing was the pain pill addiction that came afterwards, because they were handing me bottle after bottle after bottle for years. And it took me until this was 2004, and I became a maniac until about 2015. I went through.
That's where we differ, buddy, because that's the only good memories I had about being in the car, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's not that I didn't like them. I loved them. I really loved them. And man, the worst thing a doctor ever said to me was, "I think we're going to put you on ibuprofen." I thought I was going to cry.
Yeah, I did that.
But then all I had to do was go to another doctor and go, "I got hit by a car," and they were just, "Here it goes, here it goes, here it goes, here it goes."
I'm 60 years old and that's still working.
Yeah. But what got me out of it, I went through methadone treatment, which that was like, hallelujah. Thank you for giving me this. This is better than the Percocets I was taking before.
Wow.
And then the methadone clinic was, you had to go every single day. I didn't want to do that. So I just went back to the doctor and they wrote me some more pills. And then I went the Suboxone route, which don't do that. It's poison. Don't do Suboxone. Like, seriously, if any doctor ever goes like, we're going to give you the Suboxone strips, they're poison. They're so much better than everything else that's out there that you're going to love those even more. And the way that I got out of it was because I went into deep depression, didn't leave the house for years, didn't talk to anybody, stuff like that. Kind of like what Tracy was talking about, where if somebody said like, "Hey, if you want to hang out?" No, I don't want to hang out. No, I don't even want you texting me. Why are you texting me? Why are you calling me? I don't want to be talking to you. But eventually, this old dude named Mickey that lived on the same lake as me played drums, and for whatever reason, me and him met, and he knew that I played music. So he grabbed me one day and just said, "Hey, let's go down here real quick and play some music." I was like, "All right." And I smoked a joint down there with them. And the next day I realized that I felt better. So I went back and I got me some more of the marijuana. And then I had been not sober, but clean from that stuff ever since. And that's why I smoke a lot of weed and I drink when I'm on here. I don't drink unless I'm coming up on panels or something like that. But yeah, that is something that I thought was going to be a lifelong battle that I would never, ever, ever get out of. And I pat myself on the back quite a bit. Why do I think Suboxone is poison and has saved many addicted people's lives? Because it is better. Let me say this, because I've been there, right? Rip curl readiness. Suboxone is better than every single pain pill they can give you besides morphine and oxycodone. It is. It's more fun, all of that stuff. So, yeah, that's why I call it a poison. And it's also extremely expensive. I was spending $1,000 a month for.
You know, we probably shouldn't talk no more about medication because.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, wink.
Yeah.
But
anyway, that's my story. That's my overcome there.
Well, I remember getting drunk right after my mom's death, and at an office party we had from one of our officers. I worked in probation for over 8 years in Chicago, and I worked with the court system and stuff. And they were all officers, and I was kind of an officer, but I wasn't like an officer. I was a clerk, but they deem you officer of the court too as well.
Yeah.
So I got so drunk. I drank a lot of different things. According to my friend at work, I kissed some guy who I didn't even know. And she got kind of upset. And she basically took me to the train station, because that's how I used to get home, was to take the train. And it was like the last train going back towards, where I lived. And I just remember her calling me up every 5 minutes, because she really wanted to take me home with her. She's like, calling me every 5 minutes. Tracy, are you home? Tracy, are you home? I'm like, no, Liz, I'm still on the train. I mean, and when I got off the train, I just remembered just before I got off, I threw up, and the conductor got the garbage right away. I threw up and walked off the train. And then I took like a cab home or something like that.
I remember my grandpa's funeral being horrible.
So I kind of I learned not a lesson, because everybody goes through shit. Oh, excuse me. But
that was okay, Tracy. You're okay.
Okay, but
we have the personal advisory, the parental advisory up tonight.
Oh, okay, good.
In the top corner, just in case.
Yeah, because I don't want to get you in trouble. Never want to get anybody in trouble. But that's just how it was. And it's like, I never want that to happen again. And meanwhile, I came back to work. They all had a new nickname for me, which I will not speak of. But I remember them all calling me that for like a good solid 2 or 3 months. I was like,
you're picking the right crew not to tell a horrible nickname too, because we will call you that forever.
Well, that's why I'm not saying.
Yeah, exactly.
It's in the vault.
Tug's already trying to guess. Look at him.
No, he's not. He's just looking like, he's listening.
Yeah, that's all he's doing.
Now we all learn, huh?
Yeah, so needless to say, no more for me. No more that depression for me. That was crushing. It was just crushing.
I've seen that combination of depression and alcohol really ruin a lot of people. I've got a ton of alcoholism in my family.
Yeah, I went through that too, just like everybody else. I had my bad streak. I went through it all. Then by the grace of God, there was the miracle of divorce, and I got over it.
Sometimes you have to do what you have to do, and it may be painful, but you have to do it for your own sanity. It's like I said, the day after I had that and I went to sleep, but the day after is when my friend took me to the AA meeting. I was like, how dare you? But then again, you were showing me the way my life could have turned out.
I just remember calling everybody in the AA meeting a bunch of freaking quitters and walking out.
Well, Well, trust me, I didn't. I was so sick the day after. Anyways, when he took me, I still felt like I had like some sort of alcohol poisoning or something. It was bad. It's just
I
bad.
was confused. Somebody said, let's go to AA. That I needed to go to AA, and I agreed with them. And when I got there, I was upset because I had that confused with TNA.
You're funny.
Now, I do feel like AA can give you a really strong sense of perspective if you see all these other people and you hear their stories.
Well, they don't know how to throw a party, man. I went over to a couple of them meetings. They didn't have no alcohol or nothing.
Yeah.
I will say NA did
yeah.
not, like I went to that, it did nothing for me. Absolutely nothing. It was it felt like a cuddle session, and I was just like, yeah, this is not for
gonna work
me.
for me.
Not for
Oh,
me. Like
I
I'm not
don't
gonna
think
be able to
I've
sit
ever.
here and do this all.
No, it doesn't work for everybody. And
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
I get
no.
that.
And I'm not putting that one down. Like if it works for you, go. But for me, it did not work.
See, I
Like
don't think I've ever.
rehab didn't work either.
I have a party attitude. I like to party and stuff, but I've never had an addictive personality. I don't think I become addicted to that. There's nothing I can't put down or live without. I love to drink and I love alcohol. I really do. I love partying with alcohol, but I haven't really drank no alcohol since New Year's Eve. I just hadn't been in the mood to drink. When I get in the mood to drink, you'll know it because I'll have a cup in my hand and this. Then I'll have trouble watching my language like everybody else.
Mhm.
You've never ever cussed on my show, Danny. Thank you.
That's amazing too, considering how
I
much
know.
alcohol I had a couple of times.
All right, guys, I'm ready to go when your guys are ready to let me go.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. So the question is, what's the time you overcome something you didn't think you could? I have two, and I've really been thinking about this because I came up with the questions. So there are two that I cannot differentiate from. Like, I cannot pick one because these 2 points in my life were so difficult. So one is my high school shooting. When they
Oh,
came and was shooting up my high school, and I was watching my friends get blown up and shot, and people hiding, and the stress and the anxiety of the whole person coming into our school with a gun and taking lives. And I saw it. And I have holes in my chest that will always and forever remind me of what I've overcome and what I've endured. Um, which I think then paved the way for the rest of my life as being stronger, as being a survivor. But then I joined the military because I wanted to protect my country. And I went to Iraq. That is something that I can't compare. It's completely different, but at the same time so real. The helicopter would land and we would pull dead bodies off the helicopter and carry them to medical, or wounded soldiers, and blood was running out at the bottom of the helicopter. And they didn't want to call us combat because we were women. We were only combat support. And our job basically was to get people off the helicopter as fast as possible, wounded and dead. So you see that day after day after day after day when the helicopters land, and everybody on the flight deck that's cranking wrenches on planes or whatever, we run over and on the tarmac or whatever you call it in whatever place you're at, and just have to grab parts, pieces, and sometimes burnt whole parts. Like, I didn't think I was going to survive that. I don't think, honestly, I've survived it mentally. Every 4th of July, I run away. Every 4th of July, I go to the most remote place I could find. I get a hotel room. I buy a bunch of beer and I hunker down for the night. I can't I can't do the booms and the bangs and the chaos. I stayed home one 4th of July and the foundation shook and the windows shook.
Oh my
And
gosh.
my husband came home to find me in the closet, in the walk-in closet, in the corner, just rocking back and forth
Oh
crying.
my
And
gosh.
so every year I just plan my 4th of July where I'm going to vacate. I'm going to be somewhere else. I'm going to be as far from the booms and bangs as I possibly can be. I find my way up to the mountains. I find my way up, and then I lay under the stars while everybody else is hearing the booms and bangs. I lay under the stars in the mountains with the beer, and
Wow.
I find my tranquility. Um, that is something between my high school shooting and my service and the things I saw in my service. I thought those are things I've overcome that I didn't think I would. And it technically, I've overcome my high school shooting. I don't know if I'll ever really truly overcome. I'm still surviving, but I don't know mentally if I'll ever really truly overcome Iraq. I think it's always going to be in my subconscious. I think it's always going to be this demon that stays in the back of my head.
Darn those spiders.
Yeah, I know. I hate camel spiders. They're oh so gross. Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry. Gosh. That's
My
extra
my
painful.
my brother does the same thing, Chrissy. Not
Yeah.
exactly. He doesn't go out and drink, but on 4th of July, like he will go out and camp out in the middle of nowhere
I
because
find the most remote
Yeah.
place I could get, and
Yeah.
I lay under the stars, and I if I'm somewhere within the booms, I think I feel that I turn into like some rocking back and forth, rubbing my forehead like this. Like,
That's funny.
I
When I was a kid, when I was a kid, we had these uncles, and the uncles would always take the teenagers camping during the 4th of July week, way out in the woods, away from everything. And I didn't find out. I didn't find out till later on after they passed away from one of my uncles' wives, my aunt, and she was telling me they always did that because them uncles, they were brothers. They didn't like to be around the fireworks because they were
yeah,
in Vietnam and it freaked them out.
Mm.
They
yeah.
had the Vietnam
And
flashback, so they just take the kids out into the mountains 100 miles from everywhere during that time of the
I
year.
cannot tell people enough, right? 4th of July, I try to tell my staff, I tell everyone, please, I know you guys want to celebrate, but please keep combat veterans in mind. Do your little fountain things in the front yard. Don't do the big things that shake the foundation and blow holes in the asphalt. Can you please? And no, they will drive states away to come back with illegal fireworks.
Mhm.
And it's like, can you not? How about we just do the fountains, we do the sparklers, we do the fun stuff, we celebrate, we have apple pie. Don't blow the ground up. When I walk outside on the 4th of July and I hear is firecrackers going off, and it's like boom, 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 boom. It sets me off because you would lay in your rack or you would lay in your bunk or whatever you call it in whatever service you were in. And in the distance, you could hear, like, even though you're like in like your own space, in the distance, you could hear the booms, the bangs, the chaos, right? In the distance. So you never really slept good. You always slept with kind of like Metallica song, sleep with one eye open. But
Not
it's just,
everybody. Some people didn't bother them. Some people could sleep right through it. And far
yeah,
as far as
some
all that,
people
as far
could.
as all that stuff going on, we used to call it just another day at the office.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I remember one time when I was there, I was in Tent City, and I don't know if not a lot of people know what Tent City was. It was Tent City before it was ever a base, but it was Tent City. Benny knows it. Benny's my buddy. Benny, hey Army, my Army Ranger buddy. Somebody sent us a square of grass. A square of grass that you buy like at Home Depot, like that you put in your front yard. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
okay.
like sod.
Like sod, yeah. And we literally watered it. We bought a bunch of potting soil and had people send us potting soil so we could keep it alive, just so that we could all take turns every day standing on a piece of grass.
Your own little plot.
Yeah, you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
You know?
about
It was.
Especially if you're trapped on a ship that you can't get out of right away. And I know.
Oh, see,
those,
the problem is I was on the ship, but my plane would fly
yeah,
to shore. And
yeah.
if it broke in on shore, the whole crew would get on a cod and they would fly us to shore to go fix the plane.
I get in trouble because grass to stand on, I would not have grown. Grass to smoke, maybe.
Never buy weed from the Easter Bunny. I can tell you that much. It's plastic spun stuff and it's horrible.
That's hilarious.
Right. Are you guys ready to move on to the next question? I'm sorry. Y'all fat. Zach was bad. This is why I made myself go last.
None of those were happy.
I'm telling you. Okay,
what are you doing to us, woman? What are you doing to us, woman?
Be prepared. Be very
Now we all need Xanax.
Well, mine was pretty happy. You depressing bastards are another story.
Yours was Christ. Yours was great. Yours was very happy compared to ours.
Yeah, well, you got, like I say, a lot of you, Dan and you, Colby. I mean, both of you, and Zach too. Jeez, I'm in awe.
You can't look all depressed about stuff. You gotta look at the happy side. It's about stuff we overcame. We overcome all them demons. You know
exactly. I'm good now. I'm happy now.
I'm happy as I can be.
Overcome it. We overcome it. We overcome.
It has happy endings.
Yes.
Well, I'm not that same
high
person.
Five to all of you.
Yes. What happened? She froze.
You just froze,
we
madam.
rise.
You froze like this.
Like with the hands up. It would give everybody time to high five and stuff.
We rise.
The computer said no.
We
no.
rise.
It looked too much like one of them German salutes, and the computer said no, don't do that.
All right. So the next question, in your opinion, what is the greatest human strength? In your opinion, what is the greatest human strength? Let's make this positive. Let's go, Zach.
No, don't start with Zach. Do not start with
Zach's already punching the air like he's ready.
No, if I will start just to stop Zach from going.
Okay, go.
Adaptability. I think adaptability is
we dodged the bullet on that
one. I think just a human being can overcome just about anything with the right mindset. You can adapt. You can adapt to the worst kinds of things, which I think the first question highlighted is that like we get to a point in our lives where we've lost so much, or we've gotten some medical diagnosis, or whatever. We've been in a horrible car accident. All these things that we don't think we can overcome, we find ways to overcome. We find ways to adapt. We find ways to survive and keep going and find a reason to keep going. And I think that is the greatest human strength, is adaptability. I think through that we can accomplish anything. Honestly, it's that whole what doesn't kill you makes you stronger mentality. I tend to believe in it. I don't think it's 100% true, but I do tend to believe in that. And I think that's what makes humans so great. I had to answer quickly because I had to stop Zach.
Oh, okay.
You made a hand signal and froze up too.
Okay, Danny's going next then. Yeah.
What? Wait.
Yeah, you're
what?
going now.
I can. Okay, geez. The greatest human strength. The greatest human strength is. I'll speak for all mankind. Is their ability for survival, the ability to be like cockroaches and survive anything. We have survived global catastrophes and overcame horrible, horrible odds to actually survive as a race. It's amazing that humans, as stupid as they are, manage to survive. That's all I got to say about that. Next.
That's not fast, not fast, not fast. Okay.
I
I
love
can
your
go
avatar,
next.
by the way,
I can
Chrissy.
go next because I'm just going to agree with both of those gentlemen right there. It's very hard um, to snuff out a life. Let's say it like that. Like it's amazing how much the human body can go through, and it's yeah, like once you get through it and you get all through the crap that goes along with it, you're either stronger for it or you have something that is going to help somebody else through a very bad period. And called you out.
No, agreed.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of us have told stories here about things that you think would break you. You really do think you and you could like go years thinking you're broken and still find a way to adapt and overcome.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I tell you honestly, and you may not believe this, and I've been physically broke a bunch of times, right? You can get physically broke a million times, and it's just pain and suffering of the flesh. And you heal, you get over it one way or another. Sometimes it leaves a scar, but you get over it. It's the ones in the heart, the emotional stuff that leaves the worst scars that you don't get over.
Yeah,
Anger,
that's the hardest stuff.
anger was the hardest one for me to get rid of. That was the one, just the anger, bitterness, nastiness. I used to be a nasty, bitter SOB.
I'm that way naturally, so I don't have to worry about none of that.
I didn't want people around me, and I would be nasty to keep them away from me.
So,
Can you guys carry the channel? My mom's bing bong on the bell.
Of course we can. Go do your thing, madam.
wait, I got you right here. I know exactly how to carry the channel. Okay, Zach, it's your turn.
Let Zach talk. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, you go do your thing, Chrissy.
Zach.
And this will be this way you got plenty of time.
Yeah, I have to go. My mom's bing bong on the bell. Hold on, I'll be back.
Go.
I'm just dragging you, Zach. You know that.
You know
we all love Zach. We know we love Zach. We all know we love Zach.
Hey, if I didn't give him a
he
hard
gives
time,
as good as he takes.
Yeah, look, I haven't known him long, but he feels
When
like
I think about the greatest strength a human being possesses, my mind doesn't immediately jump to physical power, wealth, or fame. No, it goes deeper than that. It lands on two things, the mind and the heart. Our mind gives us the ability to imagine, to reason, to create dreams out of nothing but thought. But it's the heart that pushes us to care enough to pursue those dreams, to endure the hardship that inevitably comes along the way. Together, the mind and the heart form an unstoppable force, one that, time and time again, has proven to move mountains, to rebuild broken worlds, and to breathe life into places where others see only emptiness. Mind is a beautiful, powerful tool, a compass that allows us to navigate not just the world outside, but the storms within. It is within the mind that we develop resilience, that we can reason through pain and imagine a path beyond it. Our minds can carry us through the darkest nights, giving us strategies, ideas, and even just the stubborn thought, maybe tomorrow will be better. It's this internal dialogue, these silent moments where the mind says, keep going, that have allowed humanity to survive countless tragedies, from personal losses to global catastrophes. The mind, when nurtured and strengthened, can take chaos and find within it some kind of meaning, some kind of lesson worth holding on to. Without the heart, the mind would be cold, logical, a machine, not a miracle. It's the heart that breathes life into the mind's creations. It's the heart that says, I will love even if it hurts, I will fight for what matters, I will keep believing even when belief feels foolish. The heart gives us the courage to act on what the mind conceives. It refuses to give up when logic says, you should quit. It pulls us from the edge when fear says, stay down. The heart feels what the mind cannot always explain, and it gives weight to the invisible things, loyalty, hope, compassion, dreams. The mind and the heart have fueled every great human achievement. They are the reason an artist paints a masterpiece that touches souls for centuries. They are the reason a soldier holds the line not for glory, but for love of those they protect. They are the reason a broken, grieving person chooses to wake up the next morning, even when every cell of their body aches. The mind imagines the possible, and the heart says, make it real. Without this partnership, humanity would have never climbed mountains, crossed oceans, or stood back up after being knocked down again and again. The most incredible thing is that both the mind and the heart are uniquely infinite. No one can measure the limits of human thought or human love. Both can grow, expand, and deepen with time, experience, and hardship. Even in the face of rejection, pain, or betrayal, the mind can reframe the story, and the heart can choose to love again. That, to me, is the true miracle of our existence, that no matter how many times we are shattered, there remains a part of us that refuses to surrender. A part that learns, that forgives, that dreams anew. I've lived long enough to know that the world will test both your mind and your heart. It will try to convince you that you are not strong enough, not smart enough, not worthy enough. It will try to make you harden your heart and silence your mind's voice of hope. But every time you refuse to give in, every time you dare to believe in your worth, your dreams, your ability to rise, you strengthen the very parts of you that make you most human. Every obstacle is not just a battle, it's a sharpening stone for the mind and a deepening well for the heart. When I created Unique Prepping, it wasn't just about survival skills, it was about soul survival. It was about understanding that true preparedness starts with the mind and heart first. It's about knowing that you can endure not just the practical hardships, but the emotional and mental ones too. It's about training yourself to believe that no matter how rough the road gets, you have the tools inside you to navigate it, to adapt, to overcome, not just by brute strength, but by the relentless power of thought and the unfailing resilience of love. At the end of the day, the greatest human strength isn't found in muscles or medals, it's found in the quiet moments when the mind refuses to accept defeat and the heart refuses to stop loving, even when the world gives it every reason to. That is where true strength lives. That is where humanity rises above survival and steps into greatness. And that, to me, will always be the most powerful force this world has ever known. UP out.
Wow.
Wow, Zach.
Yeah. You are
Hey,
the
Zach,
most
real quick
inspirational person I've ever met.
I'm
Zach,
sorry.
how many-
I missed all that. Can you play that again, Zach? I missed all of it.
BBB needs more time. Yeah.
Zach, how many words a minute can you type on your little machine? Yeah. You can hold it up with the fingers if it's just like 3.
I think he said before. Well, he's typing. I don't want to put words in his mouth. Oops, there goes another rubber plant. That song is stuck in my head now, Roddy.
I was setting him up. I expected one finger.
Because he's got high hopes.
See, I had Chumbawamba stuck in my head because he said get knocked down and get back up again.
Oh God!
Apparently, it takes 1 minute to type. 1 minute.
It's not a pleasant thing.
I prepare 6 to 9 hours before.
Wow.
Yeah, he puts in the work, man. He makes us all look like chumps. Anyway, okay, well, who's gonna follow up Zach? Who hasn't gone yet? We got Tracy and we got Shane.
Okay.
Good luck.
Okay. I think the most part it's perseverance. That's how
Agreed.
I see things. It's like what you can put up with. It's how much you could show that, because then it shows your strength. And I kind of like I hate to say this, but I kind of feel like the kind of like Rocky in a way, where like where I'm gonna go and run that run. I'm gonna go punch that meat. I'm gonna go up the stairs to some office I can't get into, or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? It's like you have to take the bad things and sort them out to get what's stable, and what you could count on, and what things you could take pride in what you've done. And because I know it's really hard to find it when you're in that spot, but when you come out of it, you know you've only got yourself. And and if you have a loved one, that's great, but it's for the most part, you have to do it for yourself, and you can't do it for anybody else. Like I said, I got quiet. I didn't speak to anybody, do anything. I didn't tease anymore. And I just knew that was not me. It didn't work for me. So that's why I say perseverance.
Oh, well said. And yeah, don't stay quiet for us.
I agree, Tracy. I really do.
Yeah, no, because you get quiet, you don't say anything, you become like the weird one in the office, you guys. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, especially when you've been kind of like out there, and I've kind of always been out there. I always.
I honestly don't think me and Doug's ever had that problem.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't think me and Doug's ever had that problem of being quiet.
Well, the thing too is, I mean, like Tug, I mean, like I was I was heavier than what I am now, and I'm losing weight because I'm taking this Manjaro and trying to stick with this diet plan. So it's like, I feel good about myself. I
Don't feel
have a
bad
lot
with
of
the way.
loose clothes.
Hey, let me tell you something. With the way the economy's been lately, everybody lost a few pounds.
I know, I understand that, where eggs are like gold.
Now they actually went back down around here. They're down to $4.44 a dozen, but really giant ones.
No,
Dang.
it's
I mean, like giant eggs. They look like they come out of a damn ostrich, you know.
Everything is still pretty cheap here. It's just we don't make much money here. Like there is no good wage here, unless you're literally breaking your back in the factories.
No, I'm happy that it's springtime here, so like the farmers market's opening up. And
Oh, that's great.
You sound like you live in a Bruce Springsteen song from the '80s.
What?
I think you sounded like you live in a Bruce Springsteen song from the freaking '80s. I'm living here in Allentown.
That's Billy Joel.
That's Billy Joel, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was more like John Mellencamp per se.
Yeah, Little Pink House.
You didn't say scarecrow on a dang wood no cross right there, buddy.
Sucking down chili dogs out inside the trees.
My parents' names were Pat and Diane, so like heard that a lot.
No way, for real?
It's not Jack and Diane. My dad's name was Patrick,
Pat,
not Jack.
but I mean,
Pat and Diane. It still sounds
my
very
gosh. Oh my.
So Shane,
I'm from the alternative world because my mom was named Pat.
My mother-in-law was named Patricia. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my mother's name was Patricia.
There he is.
Sorry, I'm listening to y'all in one ear and I'm doing some sound mixing in another ear. What's the question?
What is the greatest human strength?
Courage. When you got courage to do anything, I mean, you're unstoppable, man. And like in a sense to, like, for example,
you gotta have a lot of courage. Like for example, you gotta have a lot of courage to do it in a porta potty, right?
So, for example, Zach, he is not letting anything hold him back. He's got that courage to stand up for himself and let his voice be heard, even though it goes through a computer. But his voice is being heard. And when you put your mind to something, don't let fear set you back. You know, if you want to go after something, you feel that fear, go after it. It's having that courage. You think you can win a fight with somebody? That's courage. Go ahead, fight them. You might lose. You're going to learn something. If you feel you have to take another person, you know, I'm not going to get into that one. That's a whole nother spectrum. But courage, yeah. Yeah, I got to go with courage.
And yeah,
Got me through a lot of tough times.
It's not just like not having fear. It's like being able to push through the fear. It's like the strength and courage to do that. Yeah.
It kind of piggybacks off of what Tracy said, the perseverance.
Yeah.
Or goes hand in hand with it.
I think we're all basically saying the same thing, just in different ways.
Yeah.
We're approaching it from different angles.
That's kind of nice to hear everybody's thought process on it all.
I mean, it's kind of nice to be in a group where everybody agrees.
Yeah.
Well, we are all human.
Until they make us a robot.
Well, most of us. Or should I say most of y'all?
Just making sure it's still zipped up. Okay.
Danny identifies as a Sasquatch.
I think Sasquatch is on vacation or something. I hadn't had nothing I can say was weird happening in a really long time.
Where does a Sasquatch vacation? On the beach?
I don't know. Not here.
I thought they hibernate.
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Be their vacation.
Nobody can sit here and say nothing about Bigfoot because nobody knows nothing.
I just want to know where they poop because
I don't know, but wherever they poop, somebody thinks thinks I need to have it, so they send it to me.
Oh my God, that was the best story I got to hear.
No, man, that's messed up.
Danny came on my channel the other night and hung out for a little bit. Man, it was hilarious.
I can only imagine.
I was pretty far gone too, buddy.
So was I, my friend. So was I. I played some music for Danny, and Danny goes, "Please stop. Please stop." Please stop. I was like, no. It's
You got nerve calling some of that stuff music.
Oh gosh!
I was playing the John Spencer Blues Explosion for him.
Definition is tad there, buddy.
That's why you needed him to hear the Shags. Got it.
I guess that's why you were getting on Chance with that ZZ Top earlier.
I looked at Cody over there, and I thought the first song he'd be playing would be something like Bone Finger, but I didn't get nothing like that.
What's wrong with ZZ Top? I just had that.
Did Chance really play ZZ Top?
Well, it was coming out of one of those.
He's gonna have to remove that one.
Yeah,
that one's definitely gonna have to be removed.
Was that on one of the pinball? Was that on one of the pinball wizard videos?
Yeah, you're like you were saying something to the effect of where it's horrific and make it stop.
Oh, that's what.
I like ZZ.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That was torture too. I can't help it. Whenever I hear stuff that makes me want to pull my eyebrows out, I have to say something.
Dan.
Oh, I'm hurting.
Bell bottoms.
Okay, well, let's
Please
see. Since Chrissy is still MIA, let's move on to the next question. And I'm gonna go ahead and make myself big. There we go. Okay,
I'll go second on this one.
Okay, the third question is: do you think physical, mental, or emotional strength is more important, and why? Well, first of all three are important, obviously. But I think of the three, I think it's a tough call. Is it mental or emotional? I'm gonna say probably emotional, but it's not that like macho, keep it all inside emotional strength. I mean, it's the strength to embrace your emotions, to allow your emotions to breathe, and to know how to rein them in when you need to, and express them when you need to. I think a lot of people think emotional strength is just being stoic, and that's not
Mhm.
That's not going to get you through life. That's going to make you a miserable little bastard is what that's going to do. I think, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to say emotional strength, and that's all I guess. I'm going to let Caldy go next.
I'm gonna kind of agree with you. I think they all three go hand in hand. Like if you're super depressed, you need to do something physical to get it working. If you're, if you're overweight or something like that, hell, like everything, I guess everything kind of comes back to like you've got to do it in a balance.
Yeah.
Like to me, life is a balance of this is good, this is good, this is bad, this is bad. You got bad, you got good, but it all balances out if you just move. And it's little things like if you're super depressed, get up and walk to the mailbox and count
Getting mail always makes me happy.
Count that as a blessing that you were able to go to the mailbox and back. Like use that as, oh my God, I walked outside of the house today. I have a victory.
Make sure you put on pants first.
Never put on pants when you walk out.
I go in my shorts, man. I wear shorts to the mailbox.
This is my PSA. Walk to the mailbox naked. If you can walk to the mailbox naked and come back and you still feel good, you're gonna do.
I live in
That's
the
Mississippi
country,
wisdom
and
for you.
I get my mail like 3:00 in the morning right before I go to bed or whatever, and I could probably get away with that.
I was about to say, like, I could get away with that. Many other people could not, but I could probably get away with walking to my mailbox naked and coming back and no one driving by or anything like that. But
See, I'm just
when I start back drinking alcohol, one night I might make a video and be totally naked when I walk to the mailbox and back.
See, I can't do
It
that.
take a lot of alcohol.
I'm in an apartment complex.
Uh-oh. Zach's made himself big.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Zach's taking over.
Zach, go Zach.
Zach's like, I go to the mailbox naked every single day.
When we ask whether physical, mental, or emotional strength is more important, the truth is that all three play vital roles in a balanced, enduring human life. To lean too heavily on one and neglect the others would be like building a house on only one pillar. Eventually, it will collapse under the weight of life's storms. Each type of strength supports the others, and together, they create the kind of foundation that can withstand anything the world throws at us. Physical strength is often the most visible, but it goes far deeper than lifting heavy things or being athletic. Physical strength represents our connection to the world around us. It is the vessel through which we experience life. Having a strong, resilient body allows us to act on our goals, protect those we love, and endure the physical hardships that life sometimes demands. It's not about being a bodybuilder, it's about being capable, adaptable, and able to persevere when situations call for stamina and action. In survival, in caregiving, in simply facing a long, exhausting day, physical strength gives the body what it needs to carry on.
And
strength, though less visible, is no less critical. It is the force that allows us to think critically, to problem solve, to stay determined when circumstances become overwhelming. Mental toughness isn't about being emotionless, it's about being disciplined in thought, being able to recognize fear, pain, or uncertainty without allowing them to dominate our decisions. A strong mind can see 10 steps ahead when chaos clouds the air. It allows us to stay calm under pressure, to innovate when the old ways aren't working, and to persist when others give up. Mental strength gives you the why and the how when the easy road tempts you to quit. Emotional strength is perhaps the most underestimated, and yet, it may be the most crucial for true resilience. Emotional strength is the ability to experience the full depth of human feeling, pain, grief, fear, joy, love, without being destroyed by any one emotion. It is the wisdom to know when to sit with your feelings, when to lean on others, and when to heal. Emotional strength isn't about pretending you're okay, it's about knowing you can be okay again, even when your heart is broken. It is the ability to love after loss, to trust after betrayal, and to hope after disappointment. Without emotional strength, even the strongest body and sharpest mind will eventually crumble. What's even more powerful is how these three types of strength intertwine. When your body is strong, it fuels the mind, because you feel capable and ready to face challenges. When your mind is strong, it protects your emotions, because you can see pain and understand it, rather than be consumed by it. When your emotions are strong, they fuel your body and mind, because hope, love, and purpose drive you to take action and endure hardship. They are not isolated strengths, they are deeply, beautifully interconnected, each one supporting the others like roots beneath a mighty tree. Life has a way of demanding all three, often when we least expect it. A sudden loss might test your emotional strength. A long illness might test your physical strength. A difficult decision might test your mental strength. Those who nurture all three are the ones who weather these storms with the greatest grace. They may bend under the wind, but they do not break. They draw from the well they have built inside, a well of resilience, adaptability, and heart. That's why, in the work I do with unique prepping and in my own life journey, I talk not just about preparing the hands, but preparing the mind and spirit too. True preparedness, true survival, is a full body, full mind, full heart experience. It's about being physically ready to act, mentally sharp enough to think through chaos, and emotionally anchored enough to find hope even in the darkest hours. We aren't just building strength for the body. We're building endurance for the soul. In the end, it's not about choosing which strength matters most, it's about honoring them all. It's about realizing that life will call on different parts of you at different times, and you'll need to answer with your whole being. To be fully alive, to live well, love deeply, fight bravely, and endure faithfully, you must nurture the body, the mind, and the heart. Each one holds a piece of the story. Each one makes you unbreakable. UP out.
Well, now that Zach has given the correct answer.
Yeah.
Ah! Well done, Zach. Well done.
But three ain't bad. Damn you, Charles. Damn you. Damn you, sir.
I could go.
Oh, okay.
I
I'm going to have to
mean,
listen to Meatloaf now.
I'm pretty much of the
I love
same mindset
meatloaf.
as Zach. I kind of see where he's coming from. I mean, just to dovetail off of him. And I also believe this, like my dad used to tell me when I was a kid, life is kind of strange, but it works out. He used to say life is a circle. You're going to have good times. You're going to have bad times. You're going to have the best times. You're going to have shit times. You're going to have times where you don't want to do things. Things will be weird sometimes. You know, all these different things and facets of life are going to happen. You're going to have your good days. You're going to have your bad days. You might have the best week in a row. You might have your worst week in a row. But the thing in the object is using all three of those elements in order to conduct yourself, and to actually be a whole, like one is a whole. And that's just how I know it.
I mean, yeah.
Well said, madam. Well said.
Yep.
Hi, Chrissy. Welcome back.
Yeah, Miss Chrissy, how's your mom doing?
Okay.
Okay.
She has pissed my dad off to all extent. So my dad made pizza tonight, and my mom says it's not okay. So she wanted tomato soup. So my dad made tomato soup, and she didn't even put it to her mouth. She just started flinging tomato soup.
Oh my
Oh,
God, Chrissy, me and you need to have another backstage chat one night because literally I went through that with my mom too. Like,
so she literally
go get me grilled cheese. I hate this grilled cheese. Why did you get this? Give me something different. Yeah.
She literally started
you are
flinging tomato
dealing with a
soup.
wounded animal. Yeah.
And then my dad says, I don't know what to do. And so my dad looks at me and he's like, I'm done. He does this at the stove, right? Because he's trying to like, she said the tomato soup was too thick. So he's trying to like fix it while his plate's sitting on the
Oh,
counter. And so I went behind him and I just gave him a big hug. And my mom says, what's going on? I hear you guys whispering in there. And we're like,
jeez. That's too much.
Ugh.
like I
Yeah,
just
my mom
feel
used to get
bad.
mad at me and my dad because she would go to sleep and me and him would start watching a movie and we would laugh and then
Yeah.
we would be having fun.
People
So-
happiness.
You're
Exactly.
having fun
Yeah.
without me.
Yeah, and it's
FOMO.
yeah, and when I look back on it, it was medication and she was sick and it's a wounded animal that you're dealing with.
She
That's
said,
what's
I
going on.
sit here all day long. I have nothing else to do.
Yep. Yeah.
Like she literally had me spend $200 one night to make her a dinner. And that's why I was really late to a live stream because she insisted on it that night. And I made the dinner. And when I put it on the plate, it looked so beautiful. Like I made it look so pretty on the plate and all the peeling and
Oh,
a little
wow.
slice of garlic bread on the side. And I was like, oh, this is so good. And she literally looked at it. She put it up, but never tasted it and just dumped her plate like that right onto the floor for the dogs.
Oh gosh.
And my dad looked over at my mom and he just looked back at the TV and he was shoveling it in so fast. And I think it was because he was mad. And all the next thing I know is he was like, it's really good to me. I'm going to keep eating because I ain't wasting none of this. Like, my dad. And so
He's trying to support.
he's
Yeah.
trying.
Yeah.
He's trying. But he
Oh,
doesn't want to
Lord.
piss her off either. He doesn't want to piss her
Yeah.
off either. So,
Poor guy.
yeah.
I think you and your dad both need a vacay.
I didn't know what to do. Like when my dad's sitting there at the stove like this to me, like, I'm done. I'm done. I just kind of went around acting like I'm like going to go back to the bedroom, but I snuck and slipped back through the dining room through the other side door. And I just gave him a hug from behind. And I said,
As long as you guys can support each other, you can get through it.
Yeah.
I felt like he needed a hug.
Does your mom walk or anything, or is she just stable?
No,
She in a
we have to do everything for her. She
Oh,
can't
wow.
potty by herself. She can't feed herself most of the
Oy.
time. And if she does try to feed herself, it's
Like a baby. Yeah, I understand.
it's all over her face.
Hmm.
Her Parkinson's has her like where she's like,
Oh, poor lady.
and so she doesn't want to go out in public
Mm.
because she thinks that people stare at her. And maybe they do. Like I don't, because like I don't think about my mom being that way. I just know like I'm here and I see her and I do what I do to help her. And like sometimes like she'll lean forward and she'll be like, I have to pee. And I'm like, okay.
Mhm.
And I'll go get her up to pee. Like we have to get like
Mhm.
this thing that we have to put under her to
Mhm.
pick her up to move her over. And sometimes we could
Well,
just kind of just take her hands and like put them up high
yeah.
and then
Whoa.
she can kind of wheedle waddle
Mhm.
but you have to put her really high and
Mhm.
she's really strong and she tries to pull you down.
Oh, wow.
And so I think that she does that on purpose, that she's trying to pull you down, but I don't know because maybe it is just her like just tugging
It's kind of a
'cause she's
reflex action.
trying to
Mhm.
be upright. So I don't try to judge, but I would love to see her do things that she would enjoy. So
Does she
like
have
when
friends?
she stopped talking to all her friends, she even stopped talking to her sisters.
Oh gosh, that's so sad.
So she talks to me and my brother and my sister and my other sister, her children. is basically all she has now, and my dad.
Well,
And my dad blew up the other day,
oh
and
no.
my mom said that it was heartbreaking because he had said, like, "I don't ever get a minute to sit down."
Oh.
So he's 70 something years old, working a
Mm-hmm.
full-time job, and he makes like $200,000 a year. He's a plumber remodeler. And all the money he brings home, he is stashing in the bank because he doesn't know what she's going to need medically.
Mm-hmm.
And so one day I accidentally left my fan on in my bedroom. Boy, did I get ass chewing because I left my
Oh
fan
my.
on. And I was like, I'm sorry, I normally shut it off. But I got chewed out so bad. Like, you live here for free. And I'm like, no, I contribute, I pay, I do things, I help take care of you. Like, my sister comes here 2 hours a day and helps my mom Monday through Friday, and she gets a paycheck. My mom
Wow.
pays her. I'm here on Saturdays and sometimes Sundays, and my mom just says, yeah, that's your rent. And I don't care. I don't care. Like, literally, for me, just being here is time that I get with my mom that I could never get if I wasn't. So this is
Mm-hmm. Listen,
time
rock
time
and a
with my
hard
mom.
place.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
I
And
mean, too bad
sometimes,
the friends don't. I mean, like she
yeah.
lost communications. I'm sure they would. Some people would say, "Well, let me see how." I don't know your mom's name, but
Well, no,
don't
the
see
whole
how
thing is
Mary is doing.
her sister wanted to FaceTime her, and she's like,
Oh,
"No, I can't let her see how decrepit I am."
oh,
So she won't
geez.
even she just won't. She thinks she's a monster. She thinks that she's hideous. I have to admit, there's one thing I cannot do with my mom because I literally cannot just physically do it. And it's every time she brushes her teeth and she spits into this cup, she's got all this mucus. And I'm like, bleh, bleh, bleh.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do
Oh.
it. It's something about the mucus and like the strands of mucus. You have to grab Kleenex and like help
Okay,
pull.
okay. It's time for a new
I
subject.
can't do
Enough.
it. I can't do it.
Ah, stop. I can't take
So,
no more. I took it for a long time, but I can't take no more of that. That's where I draw the line.
okay.
Enough. Oh God,
So that's the one thing I can't do. I can't.
I
My
got a
sister
weak
handles
stomach.
it
I
no
got a bad
problem.
mood. Come on, man.
Caretaker handles it no problem. I'm like, can't do it. Can't. Yeah.
I can't
Out.
even handle hearing about it.
We've discovered
I'm
another
glad
of
I ain't
Dan's
drinking liver
weaknesses.
tonight. I'm glad I'm not
Dan's
drinking liver.
weakness
It'd
is
be
mucus
over.
too. We're
It
mucus
would be
buddies there,
over. If I
Dan.
was drinking alcohol, it would be over. So glad
Dan,
I'm
we're
not drinking.
mucus buddies. That's all right. We'll both
Ah,
stick together
it just
alone.
it don't even take that much. I'm grossed out really easily in my old age.
All right. All right. What question are you guys on?
We were on
'Cause
question 3. You still haven't answered question 2, though.
in your opinion, what is the greatest human strength? I think the greatest human strength is the power of the mind. Just the power of the mind. Like, you can overcome things that you never realized you could. You could do things that I started a YouTube channel thinking like, oh, this is way beyond my range, way beyond what I could do. And I did it. And I'm very successful at doing it. And I'm still learning as we go, but I had some amazing people in the very, very, very beginning that were helping me. I had Sarah, my flock, I had Snarky, and I had Keebler, and I had some people that had been on YouTube for quite a while, Danny, and they helped me. They literally did actually pave my way from being such a new tuber, not knowing anything. and I am very grateful for them. So thank you for everything that you've done for me. Thank you for the things that you taught me in the beginning. I'm sorry now that you don't care for me. I don't know what happened between then and now, but I know that I still have respect for you guys. So,
Yeah, Danny,
anyways,
how dare you break her heart like that?
Danny's still my buddy. Danny's still my buddy. But for the first year, I would say hi to Danny everywhere, and he didn't ever speak to me. And I was like, I think he hates me. But now Danny's one of my closest friends. Like when there's a fire in California, Danny tells me before I know.
Oh gosh.
Danny's very, very special to me, Danny. Danny, I love you very much, buddy.
Aw, thank you so much. I think a lot of you too, Chrissy.
Thank you, Danny, because that your friendship to me is very sacred and very special. Thank you. Okay, the next question is: do you think physical, mental, or emotional strength is most
Hold
important?
on, Caldy is showing an animal. This is the internet. It's more important.
Oh, hi, Velcro. Hi,
Oh,
Velcro.
aren't you cute?
Hi, Velcro.
Hey everybody,
Velcro
I got my own action figure. Come on, look at the
Hi,
camera.
Velcro.
And
Look
it
at the
moves.
camera. Look at the
He's so
camera.
cute.
Yeah,
Black
I'm
and
looking
Stone
at the
white.
cat.
camera.
You
I'm glad,
stone
my dog,
cat.
I'm glad my dog wasn't out here when you did that.
Quit eating
Oh,
my
I know.
quit
Your
eating my
dog probably
quit
would have
eating my
went
edibles.
nuts.
Quit eating my edibles, Velcro. Stop
If
it.
you did that when my dog was out here, my dog would have tried to eat my laptop.
This is the sweetest little killer in the South right there.
Oh no, I got to kill her.
I've got a
This
chihuahua
this
that sometimes makes an appearance.
oh man,
Okay, sorry, that
my
was
mom had a
very
chihuahua
important.
and that was great. That dog, it was named
My cool
Uzi,
dog,
and
my
that
cool dog
dog
ate a chihuahua. My cool dog
lived-
ate a chihuahua, and it wasn't great at all.
that chihuahua lived to be 20 years old.
Wow. I think
Well, I
mine's
had one.
14.
I actually had one that's way older than that. Believe it or not.
Why am I big?
Because you have to answer question number 3 now.
Oh, can I answer it little?
Okay,
She-
fine.
Thanks.
I thought she answered it.
She
I
answered
haven't
question
answered
2.
3.
Oh.
So, do you think physical, mental, or emotional? I think mental. And the reason I think mental is because if you're mentally strong, you can overcome physical and you can overcome emotional. If you're mentally strong and you're mentally able to achieve in your mind what you want, your goals, your passions, your everything, then I think the physical, you overcome the physical. I went through boot camp. It was mental. Mental
yeah.
overcome the physical, right? I mentally wanted to make it through. I mentally decided I was going to do it. I mentally so mentally I think you overcome, and I think Zach is an absolute example of mentally strong
Mhm.
because physically there's a lot of things he has trouble doing. He's uniquely talented. However, Zach, I think mentally you don't let yourself give up. Mentally, you don't let yourself be put in a corner. Zach, every Sunday, Zach and I work, well, not every Sunday, but almost every Sunday. Zach and I work on projects together in the back stream. We work on content. We work on, and there is nothing I love more than being there with Zach, and we bring up a project, and him and I are both working on it in Canva, and you can see his little icon, my little icon, and we're changing things, touching things, doing things, and it's like a team effort. But he's so smart.
See?
So smart. And I am so inspired by him. Like, Zach, you inspire me more than you know. Like, I felt at work like I was coming to like a head. Like, I have been there 15 years. I'm being used. I'm being abused. I'm working way more. Like last week, I worked 80 hours. I got paid for 40.
Ooh.
I'm salaried.
Oh,
However, yeah. However, I get on stream with Zach for, one night he calls me on my way home to make sure I got home safe. And I feel inspired again. Zach, you inspire me.
Yes, like I
You
said
give me
earlier,
that
Zach, you're the most
drive.
inspirational MFer I know.
Yeah, MFer, MFer. Hey,
Zach, I haven't known you very long, but what I can say is you sound like you would be an incredible professor somewhere.
yeah, absolutely.
A school would just.
Back.
I just want to say you better watch your butt though, Tracy. He knows how to shoot a gun now.
Yeah,
Multiple guns.
yeah.
He-
Thanks,
In
Battlefield.
fact, Zach, you have shot funner weapons than I have shot.
Hey, but check this out.
Colby.
Check this out.
Aw.
Many
Wait a minute.
No, he
universities
really
are
has.
grateful to
I'll
have
come
him.
visit you and I'll
Whoa.
take you out with some guns.
I'm not a gun guy. I don't care.
Hey, Kobe, let me point this out real quick.
What's up?
When I watched Zach's gun video.
Huh?
He never had the camera on the targets. We don't
That's
know
true.
if he's a good shot or just dangerous.
That's true. We did not see the target, Zach.
Yeah,
We did see
want
the
to
target.
call-
He had a chest camera on.
No. What I'm talking about, like they didn't show the
Oh,
target.
they didn't show us how he hit the target.
But
Yeah,
I guarantee you, Zach has that. You have that target, don't you? Either
If
you
you
have
go
that
back
target
and
or Mike has
listen,
it.
if you go back and listen, you can hear the pings when it hit.
Bing,
Yeah,
bing.
Yeah,
thank
you
you.
had to see when he hit the
Thank
car
you,
off
Sick.
the distance.
Thank
What?
you, Sick.
He shot the forward off in the distance. He missed the target completely.
Dang.
Nope. You could hear, like,
Can I show you
could
guys
hear-
something I made yesterday?
Please,
Yeah, do it.
please, go
Why
ahead.
not?
Yeah, please share
Go
with
for
us.
it, kid.
Let's go, Zach.
But it's not just for Zach that you got to watch your butt. I mean, if Brady's in the chat, we should all watch our butts. Yeah.
You got to watch your butt if Brady's in the chat for sure.
Friday?
Brady.
Oh, Friday.
Bratty, Bratty, Bratty.
Oh, Bratty. Thank you.
Yeah, she's
No.
she's the ass eater.
Oh.
True.
I love you, Bratty. I love you, Bratty.
the way that was said.
I just love Bratty.
Yeah.
I love
Made that ass.
I love Bratty.
Tracy, she likes to eat human meat. She's not an ass eater.
No.
She likes to eat human meat.
No.
She's a cannibal, not a pervert.
In
You know, she
Bratty's
sounds
defense,
she sounds like whatchamacallit, Danny DeVito's role in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where he's telling the kids that he's eating man meat.
Yes, yes.
in Bratty's
I've got
defense,
the taste of man.
in
Yeah.
Bratty's defense, I
What's up,
have
you two
to
police?
defend
What's
Bratty.
up, brother? What's up,
Go,
Gary?
Zach.
How are you doing?
Oh, is that
Go, Zach.
pretty?
Thank you.
So dreamy.
What is happening? Zach, it's breaking up.
What the heck?
Zach, it's breaking up.
Did somebody
Zach, start it
accidentally
over
get into
again.
the
It's
Dr.
breaking
Ruth
up.
show right there?
No, it's
Internet
breaking
connection.
up. Zach, play it again. It's breaking up. It's like
Or give the link to Chrissy and let her play it on her end.
yeah.
I
send
think
me
that's
the
what's
link,
happened.
Zach.
Yeah, I think it's just your Wi-Fi or whatever.
Yeah, he's having a storm. He's been having problems. Zach,
Well-
send me the link. I'll play it.
Velcro. It just fed you.
Again, like I say,
Swear to
any
God, you're going to
university
Australia.
would be lucky to have Zach as a teacher.
I think Zach is like amazing.
Yeah. He's a genius.
Yeah, somebody should probably say something.
I love Zach. Team Zach.
quick. I
Yeah.
thought it'd be longer. We need some Jeopardy music or something for these long dramatic calls. I don't know. In this case, you might want to play the Twilight Zone thing. Oh, come on, Zach! It was a joke.
Zach's trying really hard. He's focused. He wants to play this.
I'm trying to figure out where his keyboards are.
He uses his palms to type, just so you guys know. His palms and some fingers. But he mostly types using his palms and wrists.
He uses his palms and wrists. I barely can use my fingers.
Okay, well, this is according to Mayhem, who was there. Mayhem says, like,
Wow.
It's very, very humbling to see how Zach does things every day. And
we're going to be doing a fundraiser for Zach to get him a better mixer coming up pretty soon too.
Yes, we're doing a fundraiser for Zach,
so that he will not be having the Bluetooth issues that he's having.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
We're all coming together as a community for Zach.
Aw.
Y'all gonna buy him a mixer so he can mix up vegetable or good drinks or something so his teeth don't turn blue? What the heck?
No, so he could talk Scottish to Coldy.
Yes, I want to hear that Scottish lady clear. Very clear.
You said you were watching Scottish Drunks last night. I'm like,
oh
send
my
me the
God.
Link.
Oh my
you never
God.
Sent me the link.
I didn't.
Send me the link. No.
It turned out it wasn't. It was UK and Irish. And I have never been so enthralled with a channel in my. I sit there and listen to it for 2 hours. They were cussing each other out. They were starting fights, and I was just like, I am here for
this.
Where's Bricky? I asked him to send me a link. He never sent me a link, so I don't know.
Well, that's Bricky for you. Like I
said, where's Bricky? Where's Bricky?
Oh,
Bricky?
where is he? There is. Well, there's a couple of debates going on, so he's probably over there.
Where's Bricky?
He is probably stirring up.
Tell Bricky. BBB says, "Come on over." I love Bricky. Bricky's my buddy.
I'm uploading the video to StreamYard. It may be a while.
Alrighty
you
then.
Want to send me the link, Zach? Okay. Okay. Let me go back to. Okay. Who do you think? Okay. I said mentally, right? Mentally. Now we can move on to question 4. Who inspires you as a real world example of human power?
I mean, Zach.
Zach. Zach inspires me as a real human power. Absolutely. Zach.
My dad.
Your dad?
My
dad.
Grandpa.
My grandpa before he passed away. And Zach. Yeah, absolutely.
My dad. My dad has gone through hell. He's a Southern Baptist preacher, and I have never seen a guy that, like, when you talk about stoicism, that is it. Like he can get emotional, but it does not happen out in public or anything like that. Anything happens, it's very much like, okay, we're going to figure this out. And he's literally one of those guys where it's like, I'm going to pray about it, and then I'm going to pick this path, and then this is the path that we're on, and that's how we're going down it. And he has taught me that it always works out, no matter what. You can be broke. You're not going to starve to death. You're going to be fine. Everything like that. You're going to be fine. Just don't freak out.
That's my choice. I was going to say
don't freak out.
That's a lot better than my choice.
My grandpa was also a Southern Baptist preacher.
And I'm from the other side. I was going to say that old Roman soldier on the front of their condom packages.
Trojan man.
The Trojan.
Oh God.
Trojan man.
One Trojan man.
Oh man, I remember when those
He was very
commercials
inspirational in my youth.
when those commercials first started coming out. My mother raised hell. She was like, I can't believe this is on TV. I can't
No,
believe.
no, you know who I like the most is Smiling Bob.
YouTube police.
Smiling Bob was the best.
Hi, YouTube police.
At least
Hey,
he was
Harper, how
good.
you doing, buddy? I
Oh
saw
yeah,
you
yeah,
on I just didn't
yeah.
talk.
Yeah, Gary, I am a PK. I am the I'm literally like the what would you call it? The epitome? That's not the word, right? Is it epitome or the what's the word I'm looking for? Tug?
I'm not sure.
Where it fits, like where preachers' kids are terrible. They get into trouble.
You're the
I'm-
stereotype.
Like yeah, the stereotype.
There you
Preacher
go.
kids are the worst. That's me. That's me.
Yeah,
There's a
I
word.
didn't feel it.
Oh, you're a preacher's kid as well. Oh hell, Gary, we're
Me
gonna
too.
get
Preacher
along
kid.
well.
Preacher
No,
kid.
no wonder we get along so well.
Preacher
Me too.
kids.
Actually, my dad became a preacher after he retired from the Air Force, and worse than that, he became a TV preacher,
Oh,
Oh,
a televangelist. He had a big church.
Televangelist.
He had a big church in Ohio.
Televangelist.
He was on TV.
Ohio.
wow.
My sister was a famous religious singer up there.
Wow.
Well, my
Charles
answer to
says, "What's the Trojan ad?"
it's an ad for Trojan.
man.
Google
I
it.
will,
It's on YouTube. Google it. It's on YouTube.
Like I say, I prefer Smiling Bob for X.
Who has
Was that
YouTube
X-Men?
That's why you wound up with children.
So my
Does
answer
any-
to that question. Wait, what? What are you saying?
Does anybody have YouTube police's info?
yeah,
I do
yeah,
not.
I do. Give me
Colby
just a second.
does? Okay, send him a link, please.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't cuss. No cussing.
No, he Gary's good.
Yeah. I know. I love Gary. I've been excited to have him up. Like
just
I've been
gonna say-
asking him to come, so I'm very excited.
You always say no cussing, and somebody does.
We've already cussed tonight.
Nah, somebody did. I don't know. What
It was Tracy.
It was Tracy.
Hey, I own my own, buddy boy. I say for
Tracy.
myself.
Hey,
I'll
but if I
make
had,
you feel
hey,
better.
hey,
When
if I
I'm
had,
wrong, I say
if
I'm
I had,
wrong.
you see, but if I had to pick anybody on the
Tracy.
panel not to cuss, it would be you or Zach. Honestly,
Who's you?
You.
you,
I think it's
Tracy,
You,
or
Tracy.
Zach.
Tracy.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick you to be the one who would slip. You know.
Well, today I've had a lot of slips. And besides, I'm still wearing my boot from when I broke my ankle in 2 spots.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so much fun.
Hmm.
Woohoo!
I hated them. I hated them, especially when they itched.
Please
Oh.
don't go there.
I remember having a cast and I stuck a coat hanger, a metal coat hanger down
Oh
there
no.
to
That's a
scratch
bad
it.
idea.
Did it get stuck?
No,
Oh, good.
but I ended up getting a staph infection because like I
Oh.
couldn't shower that part and like I got plastic bags I had to put over like the cast and stuff and like it
I
ended
tried.
up
I tried
feeling
that.
rotten.
I tried that stuff too, trying to scratch an itch with a hanger, and they took me to the hospital when the blood was coming out the bottom. I was like, yes, and they had to take it off, and they said, don't do that no more. I
Oh.
tore my leg up with a clothes hanger really bad.
I tore my arm up. And then another thing I did is I tried to cut it off. I took my dad's tools and I was trying to cut it off in my sleep. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I was trying to cut it off and I got about halfway through it. And then I just said, screw it. And so the next day they were like, what'd you do to your cast? And I tried to like hide it like with a
Oh,
hoodie.
no.
And they were like, what'd you do to your cast? And I was like, I was trying to cut it off last night. Like I literally tried to cut it off. If my dad would have had one of those little saw things, I'd have took it off. But no, I had these plier things. It hurt. My hand was so sore and swollen the next day. It was
Oh
horrible.
my gosh.
Dremel works. Yeah, I know. If I had a Dremel, Amy, if I had a Dremel, I would have done it, but I didn't have one. I have one now.
I really didn't enjoy when they took the cast off because they cut them off with that little circular saw, and it always
Yeah,
freaked
the
me out.
Dremel.
I was so paranoid that I'd get a stoner doing it.
Oops.
Oh God, let this guy not be
I'd let
hiding today.
Caldy take my cast off.
What? I'm
I'd
sorry. I
let
was sending a message. I missed half of what was going on. What?
so
I'm
Danny
taking who's
said he was
who's cast
always
off?
so Danny said he was always scared a stoner was gonna take his cast off with one of those Dremel saws. I said I'd let Caldy take my cast off.
No,
Caldy
you
take
wouldn't.
this off.
No,
I
you
would.
wouldn't. No,
Yes,
you
I
wouldn't.
would.
I
Yes,
got
I would.
I got shaky hands.
I would just turn my head. There, I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. And Marm, welcome.
There he is. Howdy, sir. Good to
All
see you,
right.
Mr. YouTube Police, Mr.
Hello,
Gary.
Army.
Let me pause this
Mr.
other live
Police.
stream
Mr.
I got
Police
going
Nuck
on.
Nucks.
Bam!
Nice ring.
Thank you. That's my wedding ring. Been married for 36, almost 37 years.
Bless your heart.
Well,
I know, right?
Poor fella.
I got a good one. So, ain't nothing like her no more. So,
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
I think some of us are out there. People just don't know we're there.
well, I see a lot of videos out there where there's a lot of folks, talking about how they, to be honest, a lot of them tend to be looking for a fella that's so tall and makes so much money and all this kind of stuff. With today's society, I don't think anybody ought to be getting married. After all, marriage was a covenant between, with God involved. And I don't think there's that many people these days that tend to put God, involved in a wedding. So it's
I think that a lot of people out there are so shallow and materialistic that they don't realize a person getting up every morning and a person washing your clothes, folding your laundry, putting it away, making you breakfast, making you dinner, packing your lunch, like all of those things is effort, right? And
It is.
putting effort into each other is what it's about. And I always feel bad because like every time I get into a relationship, I feel it's like all one-sided. Like I do everything and the guy just sits there and like, yeah, okay. Flip to the
Well,
TV.
it used to be that a man went out and worked and supported his family. It's really not that way anymore. In order, with the cost of everything being so
You
expensive,
both have to work. Yeah.
it seems like both have to work. And you do have traditional male roles and female roles, but in today's society, there's so many of the, and I'm not trying to be controversial here,
No.
but so many of the women, well, they want to be a boss and they want to go through and, they want to show they don't need no man. Of course, the government has been taking the role of the husband anyhow, the male role, and they've been promoting, with the government assistance and what have you, promoting promiscuity, if you would.
Yeah.
After all, they pay so much for every child you have and all this kind of thing. And I'm kind of old school.
I'm old school. I get it. My grandparents raised me. I'm old school.
There we go.
I like to get up on Sunday morning and make biscuits and gravy and fried potatoes and eggs and bacon. I like to do like the domestic things. But I'll tell you what, this is something you guys are all going to learn about me right now. I've never mowed a lawn. I was so spoiled growing up that my grandpa mowed the lawn and then my dad mowed the lawn and my brothers mowed the lawn and my husband mowed the lawn. If somebody told me to mow a lawn, I would not know how to mow a lawn. But you tell me to cook a pot roast, I can tear it up.
I'll tell you what, Chrissy, once you get older, it like now
I'm old.
No. But what I'm saying is like mowing the lawn, that's a little bit of peace that you get. That's a little bit of peace that you get.
I've never mowed a lawn.
Especially if you got a riding lawnmower.
Oh God, no, look at here. Look at here.
I'm
My
just
wife-
saying, I've never mowed a lawn.
The
My
greatest part about being
Oh.
disabled is I don't have to cut no damn grass.
I see women next door like light up the lawnmower and go, and I'm envious because I'm like, I don't know how to do that.
Well, a lot of time my wife does mow the lawn, or she was at one time. These days I pay my brother-in-law to mow the lawn. Well,
I've
when
never mowed a lawn.
we moved here, I told her, that's a big yard. I don't know that I want to mow all that grass. She says, well, if she told me if you'll buy the house, I'll mow the yard. And so I
Well,
said,
that's an agreement that you guys had.
yeah.
See, I didn't have that because I don't know how to mow a lawn. I would have
I
never
just
done that.
have a teenager to do it for me.
There we go.
Oh,
But
so
by the
my daughter's never mowed a lawn.
I never mowed a lawn.
I always made it a point to have my wife to learn to be independent, so that if
Right.
I passed away, she ain't got to go get no help for nothing. And so
I could do anything else.
There we
I
go.
know how to do everything else. I just honestly feel inferior when I drive down the street and I see a woman mowing the lawn, and I'm like, nobody's ever shown me how to do this. Like I want to do
Well, why
this.
don't you get up in the morning, take the goddamn lawnmower out, and cut some grass, and know what it feels like? Experience
Because
it.
my dad says that's not a woman's place.
this day and age, I don't think anybody'd say anything. In fact, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing you also run into with today's time, that everybody wants to talk about equality. And I'm sorry, I do run my mouth a lot, and I apologize for that. It's just my
Gary,
nature.
you're fine. Welcome to BBB,
Well,
Gary.
thank you.
I used your duck thing that you sent me, the link. I used it last week. We had quack races. It was fun.
Those are
Thank
fun,
you.
aren't they?
Yeah, we did duck races last week. Everyone thank him. He's the one that gave me the link
Thank
to the
you.
duck races.
We did run some duck races tonight, and the prize for whatever number they picked before the race was they were giving away some stickers for our friend over in Tasmania. And we do that from time to time. I don't do it every week, but every now and then we'll do it. Forgot what I was going to say. But with today's society, it seems like everybody's all about equal rights and what have you. And I'm you treat everybody equally until they give you, treat everybody with respect until they give you a reason not to. The problem with that is with equal rights comes equal responsibilities. I treat my wife, with honor. I love my wife. But that don't mean that there aren't certain things that if she wants done, she's going to have to get them done. Now she can't carry a 50-pound bag of, chicken feed. So, when it comes down to toting the chicken feed from her car or my truck to the, to the back to where the chickens are, typically I find myself doing that. But, she most anything. I don't know where I was heading with that conversation. Sorry.
Gary, you're fine. Gary, cheers. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Give me just a second. I'll pour me another drink.
All right. Shane, are you still here? Buff,
Yeah.
are you falling asleep
Cheers.
there, twinsy?
No, I'm sound mixing.
You're sound mixing. You're multitasking. All right. Cheers, everybody.
What's our next question? Or have we finished?
No, Zach's going. Zach's going.
Dang it. I just went to the bathroom.
Zach's going.
Yeah. Right.
In your face.
Look at him.
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
When I think about real-world examples of true human power, the first person who comes to my mind isn't some celebrity or politician, it's my dad. His strength didn't come from fame or fortune. It came from the way he lived his life, from the way he showed up when it mattered most, from the way he fought against darkness when most people would have run the other way. My dad is a living example of what real power looks like, not the kind that demands attention, but the kind that saves lives quietly, fiercely, and without asking for anything in return.
There you go. By the way, love that shirt.
There was a time in my life when I needed saving. A time when evil people, the kind that prey on the vulnerable, the kind that twist trust into a weapon, had wrapped their hands around my world. I was young, innocent, and not fully able to fight back. They thought they could get away with it because of my outer appearance, because I have unique abilities. They thought that made me weak. But what they didn't count on was my dad. They didn't realize that behind me stood a man who would move heaven and earth to protect his son. My dad saw the evil for what it was before anyone else did. He didn't make excuses for it. He didn't look the other way. He faced it head on, even when it meant stepping into uncomfortable, dangerous battles. He stood up against people who thought they were untouchable. He ripped away the lies they had hidden behind. And most of all, he reminded me, through his actions, not just his words, that I mattered, that I was worth fighting for, that I was not alone. In a world that often feels cold and uncaring, my dad became my shield. It wasn't just what he did that made him powerful, it was how he did it. He didn't respond to evil with more evil. He responded with unwavering strength, with the steady hand of a father who knows that protecting the innocent is one of the highest callings a man can have. He taught me that real power isn't about hurting others, it's about standing between them and those who would hurt them. It's about sacrifice. It's about love backed by action. It's about walking into the fire for someone else without hesitation. There were days I didn't even know how close the danger had come, how much he had to sacrifice, how much he carried on his shoulders so that I could have a chance to live free, to heal, to grow, to dream. And yet he never made me feel like a burden. Never made me feel like saving me was anything less than an honor. That's real human power. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's the quiet decision, day after day, to do the right thing, no matter the cost. Grown older, everything I do, including creating unique prepping and surrounding myself with a strong, honorable community, is rooted in what my dad showed me. He taught me that true strength isn't about surviving alone. It's about building a community of people who look out for each other, who fight for what's right, who protect the vulnerable and stand up against the darkness when it tries to creep in. It's about recognizing that while evil exists, so does goodness, and it starts with the choices we make every single day. Whenever I think about giving up, whenever the world feels too heavy or the challenge is too big, I remember my dad. I remember the way he stood firm when everything was against him. I remember that I carry that same strength inside me because he passed it down, not through genetics alone, but through the way he lived and the way he loved. His courage is stitched into every fiber of who I am. His example reminds me that no matter what the world says about me, no matter how many people doubt or dismiss me, I have the blood of a fighter, the heart of a protector, the soul of someone who refuses to let evil win. My dad didn't just save my life, he gave me the blueprint for how to live it with honor, courage, and relentless hope. That is why, to me, he is the greatest real-world example of true human power. And I am proud to carry his example forward in everything I do. UP out.
Wow.
Zach, why you always make all of us cry?
I know.
I'm not
Zach,
crying.
you always hit home.
Mm-hmm.
You always hit home, Zach. You're probably one of my favorite YouTubers I've ever encountered.
He's so real.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if I get a moment with Zach backstage and we're creating content, that is precious to me. that time that I get with you, Zach, is so precious. Like being able to create with you and share with you. It is so precious. I value that so much. I just want you to know that. And Gary, welcome to getting to know Zach. He's awesome.
I've met Zach before a couple times.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've been on panel with. It seems like I may have once, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I think you were on once on Caldy's. I think I saw you and Zach. Zach came up right when you were leaving. But yeah, I did. I watch Caldy a lot too because I love Caldy.
Well, yeah, he's good people. You know, he's from here in Mississippi.
I love Caldy.
Yeah, you're good too, Caldy. Whatever.
Yeah, we love Caldy.
Mississippi is going to
We
take
love
over this
Sick.
panel.
We
We're
love
gonna take over this
Danny. We
panel.
love Tracy.
Yeah,
All of
yeah.
us.
Greetings from South Carolina, dude.
Hey, greetings from Mississippi as well.
And I know who you are too. I've seen your channel and I've seen you before.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, the problem that or the situation that we find ourselves looking at this moment, and props to Zach. You know, the fact is that, you know, yes, a father figure is extremely important. And I'm not going to go into a lot of political stuff, but I will say that politics these days does seem to be dividing a lot of people. What we need to understand is that, you know, everybody just wants basically the same thing out of life. They want a roof over their head. They want to feel safe, and they want food in their belly. Hey, I put that in. I do have a couple of channels. I think, you know, I'm on here as YouTube Police, but I'm also Belt Loop 29.
I love you both ways. I love you, YouTube
Thank you.
and 29. I watch both.
I appreciate that. By the way, I can't believe that I've got one short that's actually, you know, it's weird because I put up a short. It's still going strong, which is kind of surprising.
It's crazy. Like sometimes I put up a short and it hits like 150 and then it just keeps going. It's like 150,000 views and just keeps going. And I'm like, I don't know what the short's different, but it's going. And
I was really excited the first time I got 1 million views on a short. I got all happy.
I've never had 1 million.
Yeah, I've had several million views.
I have several right now that have hit 1 million, but
I hit 499 on one, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yay!
Like, the first one I had 1 million on was like 6 years ago.
That's awesome.
I got a lot of channels, and I've had channels get up as high as 100,000 subscribers and stuff.
I did hit 100,000 followers on Facebook.
YouTube giveth and YouTube taketh away. Yeah, and you got to watch what you put up on your channel. YouTube giveth and YouTube taketh away.
That's true. You know, my highest has been 168,000, something like that. You know, I got on one about a dog hiking a football, but you know,
today I was excited. I saw 141,000 subs on my channel. I was like, wow. Yay.
Yeah, I can get between 16,000 and 20,000 views on a video of my dog taking a poop.
I know, right? If my pug takes a poop, it's the cutest thing ever because she turns into a squishy thing.
Velcro.
It looks like
I have an idea of Velcro. Let me film you taking a crap. We're gonna make money, Velcro.
I love
into a money making here.
So, Gary, as
doing it all wrong.
I don't know if you know or not. After this live stream, we all go to Caldy's for the after party.
Oh yeah, he's been over there.
Okay.
Hey, I like Caldy. Caldy's good people.
Yeah.
That's why I first met you, actually.
We go to Caldy's for the after show. Where's Bricky?
By the way,
hold on,
Bricky.
Let me.
The hell is Bricky?
Is that Bricky?
Bricky. Yeah, British Bricky.
It's Bricky on a rant.
I'm wondering whether Bricky's that. Like, Bricky, where are you? Bricky.
Listen,
right.
you guys talking big numbers. I'm happy I got my 89 subscribers so far.
Tracy, I'll promote you. I'll throw you up on my community tab this week.
Yeah, I've got a new thing coming out soon too anyway, so it's not as if I just haven't been at my thing
Tracy,
yet.
I'll throw you up on my community tab this week. We'll see if we can get you some subs. We'll
Thanks.
see if we can get some more exposure for you. Thank you.
Tracy,
Yes, sir.
can somebody drop her link in either Brain Bender Triple B
Yeah.
or Caldy's?
Wijamin, will you drop
Yeah,
Tracy's link, please?
he's a master modder out here.
No,
Work,
I have
man, work for us, damn you. Work.
Thank you, Wijamin.
I have trouble when several people are talking. I'm about half deaf, so I have trouble hearing. But if somebody could drop her, link, I'd be glad to subscribe.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Thanks.
There it goes. There it goes. Thank you, Wijamin.
All right.
Thank you,
Zach
guys.
is-
Love you, guy.
Thank
Zach's
you,
trying to say
Wijamin.
something.
Well, Jamin, are you a man or a woman?
It's a man. And he's
That's a
born the
joke.
same
Hey,
year as
Christy,
me.
could we do number
1974.
5 real quick, please? I have a heart tugger.
Oh boy,
Oh,
here we
good
go.
Crazy. We should save that for last, Zach, like the main event.
Why? This is like porn for you. This is like porn for you doing this to us. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Oh God. Zach says he has a heart tugger for the last one. Oh,
Well, the heart
my
tugger for
God.
everyone, Zach. Gee.
He's a mother tugger.
It's going to be worse than the ones you've already done.
Well,
He
I'm
said
not
it
gonna
was a
get
heart
at it.
tugger.
I'm gonna
Oh.
get it.
I did
Oh, boy.
connect with a few channels for you,
Wow, Charles
Tracy.
Darwin.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Charles.
Thank
Where's
you.
my box of Kleenex? I need some toilet paper or some
Thank
Kleenex.
you, YouTube police.
Like,
Mr.
Pleasure.
YouTube police to me.
By the way, anytime anybody is, if you ever see me live, and I know that my live probably conflicts with several, some of y'all's lives. But if you ever see me live and you feel like coming on, hopping up on panel, we could usually get you a few subs.
That's appreciated.
YouTube police, I'm going to drop my phone number in the private chat for you.
Okay, thank you.
Zach, that would be a good place for you to
I
go to get
see a
some
lot
more
of
watch
times
hours.
you're on live before I am.
That's
And
good.
I'm just like chilling, like trying to get ready and stuff. I could totally there's you could send me a link. Now
Okay.
you have my info.
All right.
All right. So Zach,
Get your Kleenex
we
out.
shouldn't let Zach go first. Wait a minute. Hold on. Nope. We shouldn't let Zach go first.
I called it for just a second.
That's fine.
Is that Mad as in barbecue number?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Let me I guess it's already saved it
Yep.
because it's coming up as that.
Yeah, like the guys were trying to talk me into doing like a competition barbecue channel and stuff. Like these guys at work, I make barbecue and I bring ribs and stuff to work, and
Dang.
they're all trying to pay for me to go competition barbecue, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. And they're
Well-
like, yeah, and I'm like, no. When do I have time to do this? No, I don't.
I have do you ever go into the barbecue community?
No.
Okay, I've got a lot of friends in the barbecue community.
Okay, well then maybe I'll contact you when I'm ready to like get in the circuit.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
The barbecue community. That's-
I make really good barbecue, but I'm not
Yeah, but
ready
I
to
gotta-
go
I gotta
competition.
Well, I understand. Do you know Smoky Ribs Barbecue? Smoky
Yeah.
Ribs.
Yeah.
His name is Russ. I know
Yeah.
Russ. He's down in Mississippi. He's down on the coast. I know quite a few folks in the.
People laugh at me. I'm from California.
California barbecue.
Well,
See? Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
God.
you know, the fact is, you can find good stuff and good all over the world.
Man, you ain't never had no California barbecue, man. Little organic barbecue sauce, organic ribs, organic bones. You know,
With
man.
avocado on it.
Oh,
If you
I'm
go to the
some
gonna
right,
real
make
stuff.
ribs.
if you get to the
I'm
right
gonna make
neighborhood,
ribs when
hey,
I come
if you
visit
go
you,
to the
Jay.
right neighborhoods in California, they make the barbecue with poodles.
Oh
Hey,
God.
here's the thing. You know, you can find good people and good food anywhere in the U.S. Anywhere around the
Who's
world
that?
matter.
Where'd you come from?
Hey,
Where you been, Shane? Where you been?
Where you
I'm
been?
Where you
over here
been,
working on
Shane?
something.
This is my
I
house.
didn't know somebody else
This is my
joined in.
house. My house.
I need
Then
to.
lock your doors. Random people are walking in. What's going on?
No, I invited him.
I don't know that I'm a random person, but okay.
No, I
Uh,
invited Gary. I
every
invited
time
Gary.
I will. Every time I've seen your name up here, though, you've been asleep, though. I think.
No, I'm working on something right now.
Okay.
He doesn't sleep. He passes out.
Oh, my
Yeah,
bad.
get it right. Get it right.
Right, man.
I can't
But
do it tonight, though. I really got.
pleasure to meet you.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Yeah, we
wait.
got.
Oh, boy. What? What?
Why are you putting him up there now? No.
Zach did it. I didn't do it. He has
Hey,
buttons.
they've got to take control of the show, Zach.
Oh,
He
wow.
If I
has
could
buttons.
instantly unlock one new ability or power within myself, it would be the ability to make people truly feel loved, without barriers, without doubt, without fear. Not just to hear the words, I love you, but to feel it deep in their bones, to know without question that they are valuable, that they matter, that they are seen exactly as they are and still deeply cherished. In a world that so often makes people feel invisible, judged, or disposable, I think the greatest gift would be to become a living reminder to every soul I meet, you are loved. Love isn't just a feeling, it's a life source. It's the thing that keeps people holding on when everything else feels like it's slipping away. So many walk through life carrying wounds no one else can see, invisible scars left by rejection, abandonment, betrayal, or cruelty. Sometimes, the heaviest burdens aren't physical but emotional, the quiet belief that they're not good enough, not wanted, not worthy. If I had the power to wipe even a sliver of that pain away, to breathe worth back into someone's spirit with just a touch, a word, a presence, that would be a power worth having. Imagine being able to walk into a room and, without even speaking, the atmosphere changes, a kind of warmth spreads, a lightness fills the air, and suddenly people who felt small and unseen begin to lift their heads again. Their shoulders relax. Their hearts beat a little stronger. Not because of magic, not because of manipulation, but because the presence of pure, unconditional love is undeniable. It's like water to the thirsty, shelter to the storm-tossed, and healing to the broken. To be that, to carry that, would be to carry a piece of heaven itself. Think about how different the world would be if more people genuinely felt loved. Wars wouldn't make sense anymore. Division would crumble. Fear would lose its grip. People who feel love don't need to dominate or destroy others to feel powerful, because they already know their power comes from within. People who feel loved aren't threatened by differences, they're curious, open, compassionate. People who feel loved don't tear others down, they lift others up. Love multiplies itself. It spreads like wildfire when it's real. On a personal level, this ability would also heal the parts of me that still carry memories of moments when I didn't feel fully loved or understood. It would be a constant act of giving that, in turn, nourishes my own heart. By focusing on loving others deeply, I would be continuing the legacy my dad started, the one that showed me that real strength is rooted not in fear or hate, but in love. It would give my journey, from facing rejection because of my outer appearance, to building unique prepping and surrounding myself with real community, an even deeper purpose. This power wouldn't mean fixing everyone's problems or erasing their struggles. It would mean standing with them inside those struggles, reminding them they don't have to go through it alone. It would mean showing them that their existence, exactly as it is, adds beauty and meaning to the world. It would be about shining light into places where the world has tried to convince people they don't belong. If love could be turned into a tangible force, something you could feel like a warm blanket around your soul, that's the kind of power I would want flowing through me. Because at the end of the day, all of us are searching for connection. All of us, deep down, are asking the same question: am I loved? Am I enough? Do I matter? I would want my presence to answer that question with a resounding, undeniable yes, not because of anything anyone has to do or prove, but simply because they are a human being with a heart that beats and a soul that matters. Love shouldn't be earned, it should be recognized. If I could unlock the ability to make people feel truly loved, it wouldn't just change the people around me, it would change me too. It would be the kind of power that grows, strengthens, and heals over and over again. A never-ending ripple effect, one heart to another, one soul to another, until love was no longer the rare exception but the daily expectation. UP out.
Mm.
That is a fantastic answer.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Zach. When I die, I want you to do the obituary at my funeral.
Zach, I'm gonna send you a tie-dyed shirt and a bandana to start wearing in a little joint when you do those things like that.
He eats gummies.
Oh, I know. I'm making a joke.
He eats gummies.
I'm trying to use humor to get around the emotions, Chrissy.
Exactly, me too. Like I don't even
use humor.
I don't even know Caldy. Like I'm so emotionally moved right now. Like I
Not
feel
me.
like I'm choking
I'm
on
stoic.
like
I'm stoic. Look at this face right here.
Yeah.
Unaffected by what Zach just said.
Shake it off, etch a
And
sketch,
look at
etch a
Tug.
sketch, etch a
Look at Tug.
sketch.
Look at Tug.
I'm
Tug's
zen.
up there.
Yeah. Well, I have to admit, I missed a little bit of what Zach said while he was talking. I went to get some drugs because I needed pills.
Danny.
Oh,
This is Zach. That hurt me so deeply, but was so true.
Mm-hmm.
All we ever want is just to be loved, to like for us, for being who we are. We don't want to be anybody else. We just want to be us and recognized and known for just who we are. Like, see me, this is me. Like that is so special, Zach.
And you're just dragging them emotions even further on. Yeah, Zach, it made me think of the Cheers theme. You did a good job.
Mm-hmm. Really good job.
Now we all just want to cry.
Zach, if I had one superpower, it would be to give you your superpower.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
I had one too.
that's some pretty heavy duty stuff that Zach's,
He's really
Throwing
thought about
down.
this.
Yeah.
talking about.
Zach always does this to us. All of us.
He's the one who does his homework.
He always does this to us, Gary.
I know.
Every week he just slams it.
Yeah. Well, are y'all familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
Never heard
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm putting Gary up here. Gary, go ahead, please.
Only half of us went to college.
No, I don't need to be bigified or anything, but
Yeah, you're bigified. You're bigified.
I'm big.
We all get bigified.
Bigified.
Well, it's all good. By the way, hey Jake, the Maslow's hierarchy needs basically deals with you need certain things in this life, and on the base level, it's more like you need food in order to move beyond one concept to a higher level of recognition,
Mm.
or realization or need. Once you go through and and it's a good thing to look up. I'm not sure that I can explain it quite, but you have to reach one need before you can move on to the next.
Mhm.
And that is definitely one of the higher forms of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, to be able to focus on that type of thing. And not everybody reaches that level.
Well,
But kudos to you. It sounds like that you own up there, Zach. Anyhow,
Zach's amazing.
mhm.
thank you. I appreciate you taking me down. I'm not one who likes to be focused on.
Okay, well, Gary, thank you for coming up tonight.
And that's kind of bad if you got a YouTube channel. You might need a little bit of focus on you.
Well, the truth is, I started my YouTube channel because I was kind of lazy and didn't want to focus on my garden. They say you're supposed to have keep a journal of your garden so that you know when to expect different bugs and critters and all these different things happen. And I was just trying to be lazy, and I thought I'd do some videos on it so that it was just easy. My first 3 videos really sucked, and that's not a cuss word, so I feel comfortable in saying it. In fact,
all our first videos sucked.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Yeah.
And my first video sucked. I had a puke bucket between my feet. I was gonna literally puke.
You you reached your apex when your videos suck so bad that not only YouTube takes them down, they complain to you about them.
You made it, huh?
I don't think I've only had. In fact, I did have one live stream that were canceled, but it's just because somebody showed an album cover of a band that they're very strict about, and but typically, I don't do a whole lot of controversial stuff. I don't want to do anything on here that my mama would be disappointed in me for. So,
yeah, my mama watches my YouTube channel, so yeah, I am tied there.
My mama does too. From time to time, she'll come into the live stream, so I get what you're saying.
How old are you again, dude?
I'm 60 years old.
I'm 60 years old too. Well, I'll be 60 in November.
Well, I turned 60 in last December. My parents are both with us. I've led a blessed life. I still have both of my parents with me. My father just turned 83 recently, and my mom is 82.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
My parents passed away. They were way older.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
We've only lost one member of my immediate family, and that's my baby brother, and he died of a drug overdose.
I'm so sorry.
I lost my older brother too. I know how you feel.
But it was a very sad situation. But YouTube for me is more about the social aspect than anything else. I do have one monetized channel. Belt Loop 29 is monetized. YouTube Police is not. Sometimes I enjoy hopping on here just on YouTube Police so that it's, you can let it get to a point where it seems like it's a job, and that's not what I want. I work 64 hours a week at my job. And so last week, I guess I worked 72 hours, but this week I'm looking for a lighter week this coming week. So it's only going to be 64.
I literally worked 80 hours last week.
That's a lot of hours.
40.
The first,
hey, I made some videos and got high. I'm on full disability. I don't work, so it's like.
Hey,
Gary, thank you for everything that you do. I know your job. I know I have family in the same work that you do, and I hear them talk about it. So thank you so much for everything you do every day in your job.
My
It means
pleasure.
a lot. And a lot of us do appreciate that. We do.
Well, thank you. To me, I took. I guess some people may not know it, and I don't mind. I'm not ashamed of it. I am a police officer with a mental hospital,
Wow.
and I'm what you call a stupid advisor. So most of what I do these days
Supervisor.
is just tell other folks what to do. Set out, I do have a few things I have to do.
So
But
sick.
Literally, my entire family is law enforcement.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
You
Sick
know,
is also
my daughter's in the FBI.
cool. I'm the first police officer in my family. We've had a lot of military people in my family, but as far as I'm aware, I'm the first police officer.
Well, that's the way it works in my family. If you're not in the police, you were in the military. I'm the only black sheep with long hair that didn't do none of that.
I feel
sick.
black sheep.
Sick also is in law enforcement.
Oh,
He's a
sweet.
truck driver, but he is also has a badge with the county sheriff, Shane
Oh, awesome.
Buff.
I thought he was a constable.
Oh yeah.
No, Buff has a badge from the county sheriff.
Oh,
Yeah,
Don't
we're
point
both
at me.
sheriff is law enforcement.
Yes.
Not
The,
constable, not in Canada.
Well, I
New
think
Jersey.
it depends.
Anyways,
Try to get-
Buff also, yes, he wants to be modest right now.
Well, my parents actually met in the military. They were in the army when they get married.
Wow.
When they
I
met.
met my daughter's father in the Navy, and
Sweet.
I had the most amazing, beautiful daughter ever.
Aw.
And
Oh, I was about to go
we're
somewhere
not
else with
married
that.
anymore. He remarried and has moved on. But I still have the most amazing, beautiful daughter ever. Like, she's amazing. And I'm going to be a grandma.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Congratulations, lady.
Yeah. That is
Come
awesome.
Thanksgiving time, you guys might not see me so much.
No.
Zach, you might have to carry the channel because I'm going to have to be there to make sure I'm there when the baby comes.
Aw.
Oh,
But Tug,
I saw the
Zach.
bat signal.
You know me, I'll
What?
be next.
I'll send out the back signal. Don't worry. Bat signal. Sierra's having a baby. Like, I'll send out the bat signals. Don't worry.
I saw the bat signal. I swear. Flashed in my head.
Yeah. Come really close to Thanksgiving. You guys might have to carry the channel for me for a few days. But you guys did amazing when I was out the other night. Like, that was awesome. Like, I watched it after and I was so
That was
proud of
all
all
Zach,
of you guys. I know. Zach is so cool.
Chrissy,
So,
thank you
Gary,
for meeting me.
thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's an honor, and I'm very honored and complimented to have you here with us tonight to join us. I really love your channels. I do.
thank you.
Because you always do these things that are like just so heartfelt. And I every time I get a moment, even if I'm like doing stuff, like I'll just put it on and put my earbuds in and just listen. And I might not always be in the chat, but it's awesome. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I am, and I know this may not be that popular around the U.S. today, but I am, I am a PK, but more than that, I am a Christian, and I was raised in the church. I believe that you should do unto others as you would have them do unto
Right.
you.
Do unto you. Right.
So, come here, sweetheart. Come on. There we go.
Let me get my puggers. Puggy, puggy.
Oh,
No,
look at that baby.
This is my baby girl.
Oh,
And
she's cute.
Well, she's one of my baby girls.
Oh, she's adorable.
This is Nikki, and she is, I guess, the main focus of the YouTube Cute Critters, or at least part of it. The main.
Oh, she's cute.
Thank you.
What kind of dog is she?
She's a Boston Terrier,
Mhm.
and I got her from Eddie, who is also known as Devil Dog, and he's a disabled vet. He was in the Marine Corps. Of course, once a Marine, always a Marine. By the way, and if you ever catch my live, not that you have to by any means, but if you happen to be in there, you can type in Navy and it will drop your link. You can type in USMC, it will drop your link.
Wow.
USAF, it will drop your link, and also Army, and that will drop your link.
Neat.
So,
What a
but,
sweet girl.
yeah,
Yeah.
she likes attention. Every
Hi,
now
friend. Hi, friend.
Oh, look at your
Oh,
buggy
sweet.
wuggy.
You see the puppy?
Oh,
See
he's
the
cute.
puppy?
Oh,
See the
Chrissy. He's beautiful.
I'm not going to wake my dog up, but I should just to show my dog.
So this is Noni. I named her after my grandparents because
Oh,
when my grandparents passed away, they left me an inheritance, and this is what I bought her with. So
oh,
I named her Noni
how
for my
Hey,
cute.
Tony.
grandparents.
This
This
is
is
Nikki. We've got AJ, Nikki, and Rosemary.
I've only got one now. I used to have a Max, but he passed away, and I have a Chloe, and she's still going strong.
What kind of dogs?
Well, Max was I want to say a pug mix, and Chloe is a Chihuahua.
Oh, my parents have a Chihuahua named
Come
Precious.
here, mommy.
Oh,
You see yourself?
how
You're on
cute!
YouTube.
My
You're
mom has
on
a,
Look at your
YouTube,
buggy
Noni.
wuggy.
My dog, my dog has her own channel called My Cool Dog, and she's got over 2,000 subscribers.
Wow.
My
Beautiful.
dog's popular.
Yeah, she comments on my videos sometimes.
Yeah, she barks a lot.
Yeah. I have a blobfish.
Well,
Noni, say hi.
You get
No.
1 million subscribers if you taught that fish to talk and put it up in the
Yeah, I know,
color.
like do the hecklefish thing, yeah.
That'd be funny. Talking fish.
well, I just put in Caldy's. You know, that's Nikki on the picture.
Oh,
But I've got like 5 channels, and I think that channel. Well, how many? I don't even know how many subscribers that particular channel has.
You okay? You
I
okay?
guess
she cute.
that's 24. Just it's 9 channels. It's 9.
I have a
subscribers.
German Shepherd, Australian Kelpie mix.
Wow,
Oh, cool.
Zach, that's cool.
I guess that channel has 9 subscribers short of 2,500.
Wow.
But at one time, I had the idea of trying to get monetized on that channel, and I was averaging 1,700 views per short. So I got to doing the math, and figured if you did X amount of shorts every day, you could actually get monetized in about little under 3 months. So I started loading up 1 short an hour for every 24 hours every day, and I guess first day I got about 35,000 views, but it started dropping down pretty quickly after that. And so I loaded up. I did that for a few weeks, and then ended up. Well, I saw a lot of diminishing returns, so I just quit scheduling. So now I've got over 300 shorts on there
Cool.
that have not been made public, and I'm starting to go back and just publish one every now and again, 1 or 2 a day, and it's starting to get a few views again, but they're few and far between.
Mm.
Like, I thought my puzzles were doing really well, right? And then one day I got something that happened that was crazy at work, and I wasn't able to post any more puzzles.
Yeah.
And so the only puzzle that I posted was the one from like 3 a.m. that I had posted the night before.
Mm.
And since I got to work at 9 a.m. and everything was chaotic and hectic, I wasn't able to post another one. And I was like, I gotta post my puzzles. I went back and looked and it had like 53,000 freaking views.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, we're only doing one puzzle a day now. And my numbers have stayed up.
That's
My
cool.
numbers
Well,
have stayed
let me
up. But
ask
I was
you.
like,
Let me ask you this, Triple B. How many views were you getting before that one took off?
250,000 every 48 hours. And
Okay.
after that one, it's went up into the 600. It stays between 5 and 600,000.
Wow.
Okay.
Like okay, let me bring up my, hold on. I'll share with you guys like real fast. Like
Okay.
present, share screen. Let me find.
It would be interesting to sit
Here.
down and talk
There
analytics
you
with
go.
you.
Oh, I'm at 700 right now.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Like I'm literally sharing with you guys right now my numbers.
That's so cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm at 700 something, right? So like I'm very open. Like you guys want to see, I'll show you anytime any of my numbers.
That's
Like
cool.
but yeah, it's exciting when I sign in. Like one day I signed in and I was very shocked to see 980,000. I'm like, "Oh, I might hit a million." No, it didn't. It never did. It just went to 982 and then went back down. And I was like, "Oh, but that was really cool. It was really close."
Hmm.
Like I was watching it. I was like, "Ah."
Chrissy, thank you for inviting me to your show again today.
You're part of this panel.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're here
Please
every
come every Saturday.
Oh, thank you. I
Yeah.
will be here.
Your
Yeah.
family, Tracy. You know, I realized something tonight. You know, of everybody on this panel, Tracy, you know, I know who you are longer than anybody else here from streams with Dave and everything. Before I ever met Tug, I knew who you were.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Danny trusts you. I trust you.
You know, I've known
Tug trusts
I've known
you.
who Tracy
I
was
trust
for
you.
literally years and years.
I'm Tracy, because of my experiences in my year and a half that I've been on YouTube and people that play to be my friend, I'm very leery. But
Yeah,
when
no.
Danny and Tug tell me that you're a good person, please come back every Saturday.
Oh, thank you.
Please.
Thank
Tracy said
She needs more female support.
Tracy
No,
said,
I
hey,
like Tracy.
Yes,
I
Hey.
yes.
know, I'm teasing
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
Tracy.
Tracy
Yes.
is such a good person. When she's around, I get the urge to behave more.
Oh, God.
Aw,
You have to watch my
Danny.
mouth. I can't make too many perverted comments.
No, but I like your snarky ones. Those are really funny, and you're so dry.
Yeah,
You've got a
he
dry
is.
sense of humor, and it reminds me
Right.
of the English. You know, they have a dry sense of humor too. I love it when you said about that ZZ
Well,
Top.
actually, when I
I
was
can
in
let it
England,
go.
sadly, when I was in England, the English people did not enjoy my sense of humor one little bit.
Bummer.
As a matter of fact, they asked me not to come back.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Somebody peed on the Stonehenge.
That's
It was
stupid.
not me. I was just with the group.
With the
Okay,
group.
but someone peed on Stonehenge. This is why you were
Yeah.
asked to not come back.
And like I said, it
That
would have
was
been
not why I
funnier
was
if they
asked not to
pissed on the
come back.
Blarney Stone.
No, now let me point this out. He peed on Stonehenge. He got evicted from the country. He was asked not to come back for that. They kicked me out for stealing the damn bus.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, well, borrowing the bus. I just didn't ask.
All right, you guys ready to wrap it up?
I
Zach
think
has
so.
something to say. Nobody else answered the question. Number 5.
Well, that's
Zach
because
just
Zach did
answered
it.
the question. All of
Yeah,
us just
there's
shut
no
up.
following Zach on that one. Like
Yeah,
that
well,
was
Zach
it.
answered for all of us with that one because he has covered it.
I'm in talk over you
That's
guys.
why he needs to go
Thanks for being
last.
YouTube police.
What was the question?
Oh, okay. YouTube police. The question was, are you ready?
Yeah.
If you could instantly unlock one new ability or power within yourself, what would it be? I'll make you big. I'm gonna make you big.
Uh-oh.
The ability to hold your pee for the whole 3-hour stream.
That's not necessary. I would say if I had to pick one, that it'd probably be the ability to see the future.
Wow.
Why?
Well, you could pick the lottery numbers for one. Secondly, have you ever watched Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Over and over and over again.
I love
Yes, I
that
watched
show.
Groundhog Day. Yeah, me too.
Sometimes I feel like I'm in that show.
Well, I would have been able to see my brother's death.
Ooh.
I would have been able, you could be able to see other people, and what's happening with them. You'd be able to maybe be there in a time of need. But mainly the lottery, probably.
Yeah, the lottery. Me too,
Hey,
yes.
King, you'll be getting the horses too and everything else.
Well, I'm not a big gambler, but
I don't gamble neither. I don't gamble at all.
well, I ain't saying I don't gamble. Every now and again, I do go to the casino, and I enjoy playing blackjack from time to time. There's a certain amount of excitement that goes on when you have money out there on the table, and all of a sudden you get elevated hope, and then you drop down to the basement because your heart drops because the dealer's got an 11, and then all of a sudden the dealer busts and you go elation again. It's just, it can be exciting.
Blackjack. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel the same way when I go to the grocery store.
I can see that, but
A carton of eggs here in California is almost $10.
I know.
They got up to 8 something here before they started going back down.
well, we've got probably 30 chickens, and we tend to give away eggs.
Oh,
So
wow.
Okay, look,
I
I
wish
had
you
chickens.
live next door to me.
I
Well, we
literally had chickens before I moved out of my house and moved in here with my mom. Both of my sisters, right, are sharing pictures of all their eggs, and I'm like, yeah,
well,
I gave you all my
When it gets
chickens.
to the point that the eggs are costing more than my weed, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, Zach.
By the way, Caldy, Dad is considering getting Starlink. The internet was super slow last night and today it was down 5.5 hours.
Mm.
So now you guys sit there and explain to us
Yep.
what Starlink is.
So what is Starlink?
Starlink is satellite that acts as fiber. It's got the speed
No,
of
we
fiber.
want Zach to explain it, man.
No, we're not. No, because Zach's gonna have to type and all that stuff. I can do it for him. We're gonna get him Starlink. We're gonna do a fundraiser for that, and we're gonna get him Starlink.
Starlink. How much is it?
I don't know. That's something we're going to talk to.
That's Mayhem. Just got it.
We're gonna
Mayhem.
we're
got
gonna
it.
get
Okay.
Mayhem on that. The main thing that I'm going to do is a fundraiser to make sure that gentleman gets a decent mixer. And I just ordered one of those mixers.
Wow.
Zach. So here hopefully in a couple of days, I'll be able to test it out and tell you if it's a piece of crap, or actually, you know what? We're almost at the end of the show. If it's a piece of shit or not. And if it's a piece of shit, we'll tell you, we'll look at something different.
That's nice.
But we got to get you something where that iPad is always connecting to it, so that you're not fighting with technical difficulties. Yeah. And we're going to do that for you, buddy.
That's so sweet of you guys.
We are definitely doing it. Gary, would you like to join us to help us raise money?
Raise rose, Chrissy.
What are we raising money for?
Money
For
to
Zach.
get Zach a good mixer, so that his Bluetooth, so that his iPad connects with his mixer,
Because
so that
that's
he
how
can.
he speaks.
Yeah, he's got to go through a mixer. It's about a $200 mixer.
Wow.
All right. How much?
Apparently, there's some Starlink program for disabled people that gives you the hookups and everything for free.
All right.
Danny, send that to us. Send that to us.
I have been a part of a few fundraisers. Now, how much have you raised?
We haven't started yet.
Me and Zach haven't gone. We haven't done it yet.
We haven't started yet. We're gonna start, and then we have to raise $200.
All right.
Right. But he raised you raised what, like 700 that one night when you needed a new iPad, and we did that pretty easy. Like I'm pretty sure we can get you that mixer pretty quick.
And we raised almost, it was 1,100 and almost $80 for somebody else. So I'm sure we can get $200.
Don't mention that.
Great.
Don't mention that. Popsy.
I'll be
Don't mention that. I've been so good on your channel, Chrissy. And you
Okay,
bring up,
are you ready to go to your channel?
Don't mention
Yes,
this shit.
let's go.
You're fixing to make me start talking like this here, Chrissy.
Oh boy.
What's
Well,
going on here, Chrissy?
How were y'all planning on raising it?
We're just gonna do a live stream,
I was
and then
thinking-
we're gonna post his Cash App and his Venmo, and
Okay.
people could just make donations.
And it's
Or he
gonna
doesn't
be,
have a GoFundMe or
well,
it's not a GoFundMe. It's a Go Share.
He's also putting that mixer on his Amazon wish list because he's got that one, and we're gonna get him a pair of headphones that plug into the mixer, so he hasn't got a Bluetooth. The headphones, like,
Okay.
I want it to be where it's just simply his iPad going into the Bluetooth. That nothing is competing with that.
Oh,
Can I make a suggestion?
that's cool. That's cool.
Caldy, we're doing it. I'm in. Anybody in?
This
I'm
is
in.
this is going to be an easy one to raise. We just have to set the date for, like, Zach
Right.
just has to let me know when.
Anybody
he
want
wants
to join us and be on panel? Give us a thumbs up. We'll have you there. Like,
I'm gonna go preacher mode. $5 more. I
thumbs
know
up.
you got $5 more. I know you got $5 more. You don't need that cup of coffee tomorrow.
Through
You
the
don't
power
need
of
that
money
cup
and
of
the
coffee.
power of your prayers.
The power to get this
Tug,
man
let
a
me tell you
voice.
something. For every $5 that you give this young man, for every $5, I will promise you that Lord is going to bless you with $5,000 in blessings later on. You're not going to see it right away, but it's going to come your way. So just
I do believe in the power of the
just
blessing.
$5 more. Just $5 more.
All you need is
$5 more.
$5.
Just
By the way,
what's up, Gary?
can I just point out the fact that I think that Waj Amin has been doing a great job dropping
Yes.
links. You know,
That is my
Yeah.
mod. Wajamin is amazing.
Yeah, he's cool.
Wajamin is my mod. Gary, welcome to
okay.
BBB. Wajamin is my main mod. He
Okay.
is very special to me.
Well, he's doing an excellent job.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to play something for him real quick if you guys don't mind.
I'm about to dip out, and I will
Okay.
see you guys over on my channel in just
All right,
a couple
send me
of
the
minutes.
link.
It's in the back chat.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make it tonight, Caldy. I got other things.
Got you, brother.
me too.
Got you.
Wajamin, this is for you. Wajamin, this is for you.
Cool. That
Well-
was nice.
Thank you,
Well-
Wajamin.
Well, Jammin, let me invite you to come over if you ever get a chance. You're welcome to mod for me as well. Hey, you gotta
Wajamin!
you got to recognize talent. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
we got-
Wajamin is the best.
we do have some good mods over there, and but still, I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to steal you. No, I'm just
I
playing.
have like
Hey,
one.
hey, what's
I have
that? What
one,
jamming?
and it's
What jamming?
Wajamin.
Here's the secret of who trained you to be a mod on this. Who did that? Who was
Dirty
your
Satan.
master?
Dirty
Who
Satan.
was your master? What jamming? We want to
Dirty
know.
Satan. Dirty Satan. Danny Staten
I
is
didn't
also
say
a
that.
very
I asked
good
who it
mod.
was. I just asked who his master mod was. He taught him. I didn't say it was me.
Grasshopper, if you
It's
take
you.
this pebble
It's
from my
you.
hand.
See, he
But
said
he
Dan.
is,
He
of
said Dan.
all my pupils, well, jamming is one of the only two that made Jedi mod.
Wajamin is so special to me. Like every time I go
Thank you,
live,
Wajamin, baby
I
Hunter.
always think in my mind, like, but Wajamin's gonna be there protecting me.
Aw.
Like it's like this Jedi thing that I have in my mind. I'm like, Wajamin's gonna be there. It's okay. And
Like
Wajamin
I
has
said,
never let me down. Wajamin has
you know,
never let me down.
believe this or not, it's true. I've trained many mods how to be a mod. I've trained them in the ancient art of Jedi modding. But Jamming is the only other one. He's like Luke Skywalker. He has made it to Jedi Master, Jedi Master mod.
I love Wajamin. Yeah, Wajamin.
That
Thank
watch
you.
is pretty cool. I like him.
All right, Wajamin. Zach's got something.
The only other one, by the way, is Michael
My
Harper.
top mod is Bratty.
Yeah, I love Michael Harper. Yeah, Bratty. Yeah, Bratty is Zach's. So Bratty and Wajamin have become friends, right? Because they're dipping and going back and forth to our chats. So Wajamin and Bratty have become friends. And Rome is Buff and Coldy's. And
Y'all
Rome
stay
is
away
amazing.
from Rome.
Rome 13.
Y'all stay away from Rome. That's
Yeah, you leave my Rome alone.
You
That's
remember
mine.
Rome is awesome. I'm talking about the best mods. The best mods. Rome, Bratty, Wajamin. Those are the best mods you could have. The best.
and my God, if Rome ever starts coming up on panel, we're gonna lose a great mod. We're gonna lose a great mod.
Oh yeah.
Hey, by the way,
That
Seg,
is the funniest lady.
I understand you a Leo.
Law enforcement officer.
No?
Yes. Yes.
Who's he talking to?
You
I'm
have a
talking to you.
badge.
Six,
No, I'm a
You asked me if you're a law enforcement officer.
no, I'm a Taurus.
No.
a Leo is a law
law
enforcement.
enforcement officer.
Oh, no. Elio.
I didn't
Fucking
know an ass was an astrological sign.
Well, I just thought I'd
on
mention.
the Chinese calendar.
Well, I just thought I'd mention I'm a police officer as well. But anyhow,
Well, you should check out my channel, man. I watch a lot of. I don't know. It's just I've gotten away from my movie reviews and got into a fascination of watching body cam videos. Not more or less to monitor cops' behavior, but it's the people that have to be dealt with, and they're just so interesting.
well, so are you an auditor? More of an auditor or a law enforcement officer?
Support capacity right now.
Yes, my birthday is in December.
Shane,
You Capricorn?
you have a badge.
Well, I'm a super. I went through the Mississippi Law Enforcement Officer Training Academy, class 249. I am a certified police officer. I could go work at another police department, but I would lose a few things, including my pay grade. I would lose my rank. I would lose quite a bit, and so. And I turned 60 last year, and so it would be kind of hard to move over to have to go through FTO and have to, it'd be kind of like starting over.
Excuse me, Caldy. Did I hear him correctly? Is this a fellow Mississippian?
Oh yes, sir.
Yes.
That's what I'm
Yes.
trying to say. Like eventually,
he's trying
we are
to
going to
tell you,
take
Buff.
over this channel, and it's going to be we're gonna get Zach out of here. We're going to get Tug out of here. We're going to get that greetings from South Carolina out of here.
I'm not that far from Mr. James. Move.
What part are you
Yeah,
from?
yeah,
I'm from the Delta. Up there in Clarksville, Tunica area.
Cool. I work over here in Rankin County.
Oh, okay.
That's so
Yeah,
cool. I went through Melota back in 2015, and so I'm certified. I'm a what you call a stupid advisor. Anyhow, in fact, I was just over at Melota the other day. We had to go through and we had to go to the range and qualify. I shot a 97.6, which I even did a video on it. It's on one of my channels. I think it was on YouTube Police. But
Jake says he's in Waynesboro.
Very cool. My buddy Vaughn, who has a channel, Vaughn Homestead, Vaughn Homestead. He shot 100. He's done that the last 3 times, so we've gone qualified.
Wow.
Show off.
Well, it wasn't me.
I know, not you. Him.
You two police. You two police. What is your first name? What do we call you?
You can call me Gary.
Gary?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wondered.
But
Yeah, the name that
You know
BBB
me,
been
by
calling
the
him,
way,
you know.
You know me probably
I've
as
been
Daddy
calling him
Satan.
Gary all night.
Yeah.
I know, right?
You can. My actual name is Gareth, but everybody just calls me Gary. Has been since I was a child.
People call me Chrissy. My
Okay.
full name is Christina.
Okay.
But
Yeah, people
the
call
only
me Nick.
people that call me Christina is my attorney and my doctor. Otherwise, I'm Chrissy.
Well, I'll try and remember. I'm bad with names.
Chrissy.
I know, and I appreciate it. You know,
And it's like Three's Company. Chrissy, the blonde.
I'll have to remember that. 'Cause I used to watch that. Come and knock on our door.
Oh,
Come and
God.
knock on our door.
We've been waiting for
Except
you.
that is new. Except that is new.
Where this is our his and hers. Three's Company too, or something like
Three's
that.
Company too.
But
Come and knock
I
on
take
our
a
door.
torvastatin, and for some reason, that really messes with my short-term memory.
All right.
Yeah, Xanax has had the same effect on me.
Yep, me too.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're going to go over and meet Caldy. Anybody that wants to come, we're
See you
going
guys
over
on
to
my
Caldy's after party. Caldy does an amazing after party where we be adults. And there's parental advisory if anyone is coming. What are you
Well, have a
laughing
great
at,
night.
Bob?
I gotta get to bed.
Okay.
All right.
Tracy,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you again for showing up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll show up on time next week.
I love you so much. You don't even know. Thank you. Like you have a
It's
place in
good.
my heart, boo.
It was
I love
good
you.
seeing everybody.
Happy trails.
Yeah.
So
Still
please,
La Vista.
as I play my outro, feel free to unmute your mic and speak. Okay? Unmute your mic and speak as I play my outro because this is what we do here. We unmute our mic, we speak over the outro. It's a little crack. All right, so let me find my outro. And everybody, I love you. Tracy, your nails look beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thanks. I gotta
Yep.
get them done.
I like it. It's pretty.
Thank you.
See you next week, boo. I'll see you tomorrow, probably at Tugs.
She major another play, twisting minds
People are still here.
in a
Why are you still here?
brand new way.
Go to sleep. Show's over.
Riddle,
Go home.
jokes,
Well, you ain't gotta go home,
and
but you can't stay here.
trivia
Bar's closed, man.
to
Closing time.
be
Get out of here.
Thanks,
There's the
guys.
door.
Have a
Don't let it
great
hit you where the
night.
clip looks.
Keep on
Damn,
thinking,
Bob.
keep
Damn,
on
Bob.
guessing. Every puzzle
Get out.
is a blessing.
Got a mop.
Hit that like
tell
and
you how it's called.
subscribe. Don't be late. We'll be back. Just save the date.
Like and subscribe.
Banter's
mofo.
Banter. We're signing
Love you guys.
off. But don't you worry. Don't
Okay, for
get
reals. Have a nice
lost.
night, everybody.
Keep that mind
Night,
sharp,
Tracy.
keep that laugh bright. We'll see you soon. Same place, same night. Think big, stay wise. Until next time, open your eyes. PBB out, but not for long. Keep your brain bouncing to this song.
Happy trails. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that stupid little bell.
We only got 2 likes. 2. There's 3. Okay, we got 3. We got 3.
Keep on thinking, keep on guessing. Every puzzle is a blessing. Hit that like and subscribe. Don't be late, we'll be back. Just save the date. Brainbenders Banter. We're signing off.
Hi, everyone.
But don't
Thank you.
you worry, don't get lost. Keep that mind sharp, keep that laugh bright.